Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us virtually. On behalf of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, we welcome each one of you to today's event, the Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. My name is Janine Yaya. I am the president of the American Association of Neuroscience Nurses, South Texas. Joining with me today as hosts for this event are
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Maria Danette Lapis Bloom, a faculty at the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio and the founding advisor of the International Nursing Students Association.
Hello, and my name is Rose Caballero, and I am the past president of the National Association of Hispanic Nurses San Antonio chapter.
Thank you, Ms. Rose and Ms. Janine. It is indeed an honor to celebrate our nurses nominated for this past year, the Year of the Nurse and Midwife. A little bit of history. The Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas was launched by the South Central Texas Organization of Nurse Executives in 2018, now known as the South Central Texas Organization for Nursing Leadership, through the efforts of Dr. Nelson Tuazon. In 2019, the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, or SANC, began hosting this event. This celebration raises awareness of the contributions of nurses to patient care, patient safety, research, leadership, education, and community service. Fast forward to now, the third annual San Antonio Nursing Consortium's Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas of 2020.
That's right, Dr. Bloom. And if you didn't know, the World Health Organization has extended the Year of the Nurse and Midwife to 2021. For our event, in light of the significant work and contribution of nurses during the COVID-19 pandemic, we will be recognizing and celebrating nurses from communities of color and nurses who have been on the forefront, taking care of vulnerable populations, such as the elderly and populations of color and underprivileged communities. We are also highlighting the continuing work of nurses to address diversity, equity, and inclusion. This year, we have asked Dr. Tommy Austin to be our honorary chair, along with the Ethnic Minority Black Nurses Association, the National Association of Hispanic Nurses of San Antonio, and the Filipino Nurses Association of San Antonio, and the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association.
To get us started, we will now have the invocation by Ms. Roshen, nursing student and member of the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio, to be followed by the national anthem.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. Worship your holy name. And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come, still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. Worship your holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul. Worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul. Worship your holy name.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The brave.
To welcome everyone to the event, may I call on Dr. Nelson Toison. Dr. Toison is the Vice President and Associate Chief Nursing Officer of the University Health System. He is the founding chair of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. It is through his visionary leadership of uniting professional nursing organizations in South Texas that we hold this event to honor the extraordinary work that nurses do in the community. Please help me welcome Dr. Nelson Toison.
Greetings. It is indeed an honor and privilege to welcome all of you to the 2020 Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. History will be recorded that 2020 was the year that COVID-19 changed the lives of people around the globe. Today, we would like to remember 2020 as the year that validated the significant contributions of nurses. On its third year since its launching in 2018, the Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas is a celebration by nurses, with nurses, and for nurses. I'd like to thank the member organizations of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, which will be highlighted throughout this event, for their tireless effort in making this nursing recognition a success. I would like to particularly thank Rose Caballero of the San Antonio National Association of Hispanic Nurses, Dr. Danette Bloom, the founding advisor of the International Nursing Student Association at UT Health, and Janine Yaya, founding member of the American Association of Neuroscience Nurses, South Texas chapter, for serving as co-chairs of this year's event. I would like to express our gratitude to Misa Merchant, President of the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association, and Golda Manalili, President of the Philippine Nurses Association, for serving as executive producers of this event. And we would like to personally and specially thank Bonita Productions for partnering with us to make this virtual event come to fruition. The San Antonio Nursing Consortium began as what I call a handshake organization. 3 associations, the South Central Texas Organization for Nurse Executives, now known as the South Central Texas Organization for Nursing Leadership, the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio, and the San Antonio National Association of Hispanic Nurses joined forces to form what is now known as the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. 12 additional organizations plus 2 organizations last year are now members of the SANC. Before we proceed with the program, I would like to take this moment to continue with our tradition of recognizing a member of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for their significant contributions, not only to SANC, but to the nursing profession. This year, it is my honor to recognize Misa Merchant for his outstanding work, especially with the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association. Through SAINA, Sam, as we fondly call him, has been instrumental in providing professional development programs to nursing students and professional nurses, not only in San Antonio, not only in the United States, but to nurses from different countries through SAINA's educational programs. SAINA provided 1,500 blankets to individuals without homes in San Antonio, donated hygiene products to the residents of Haven for Hope, and provided masks to the frontline staff during this pandemic. So Sam, congratulations. It is my honor to give you this award this year.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson Chozon, for this unexpected and surprising recognition. As I reflect on this recognition, it brings me back the memories of why I became a nurse 15 years ago. My story is an unusual one. I didn't know what nursing was, and I definitely didn't want to be a nurse. I wanted to be a doctor. But in 2003, nursing was the only program that my parents could afford. Also, I was told that nurses are assistant to the doctors, and you may get a chance to go to the United States once you complete nursing. I was definitely sold by this idea. My first year of nursing was terrible. I succinctly remember my second year of nursing when I was in my medical surgical nursing clinicals, and I was assigned a 60-year-old homeless patient who has severe diabetes. The goal of the clinical was to write nursing care plan. But I could not bear the fact that this patient has long nails and cracks on his heels, and no one has given him foot care for years. I decided to warm the water, get the patient the foot care he desperately needed, while I continued to assess his peripheral vascular and nervous system. As I finished my procedure, the patient pulled out 10 rupees, which is equivalent to 5 cents from his pocket. Tears started running from my eyes, and I could not hold my emotions. That was the light bulb moment for me, and I realized the impact that I had on one person's life. How much more impact can I have on this world if I can love what I do? I asked myself. Since that day, I had never looked back and continued my passion for nursing. So yes, nursing was not my calling, but it has now become my calling. This award is a testimony to my dedication to the profession, and I will continue to transform healthcare in our city and county for years to come. Dad, I wish you were here to see me receive this award, but I know you're watching me over from heaven. Thank you once again, Dr. Tuazan, for making me feel worthy of this award.
Before I turn the podium to our co-chairs, I would like to thank all of you for taking the time to witness today's celebration. To all the nurses and their families and loved ones who are watching this event, we would like to congratulate, celebrate, and recognize you for the sacrifices that you have made. You all have been fierce advocates for our patients, their families, and our communities. So now, please sit back, relax, and join us in honoring the best 25 nurses of South Central Texas. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tuazan, for that warm welcome. Before you leave, may we at this moment recognize you for your leadership and many initiatives that move and promote visibility of nurses and the nursing profession here in South Texas and beyond. The San Antonio Nursing Consortium honors you with this special award to commemorate an extraordinary milestone you achieved in 2020, having been inducted as a Fellow of the American Academy of Nursing. This fellowship recognizes significant individual sustained contribution on the state, regional, national, international levels in areas of service, practice, education, advocacy, policy, government, military research, or other. As a fan myself, I understand the significance of this achievement and the rigor of the fellowship selection. Knowing your sustained achievements and impact, it was an honor for me to have sponsored you for this fellowship. On behalf of SANC, please accept our sincere thanks and congratulations.
Well, what a surprise. I was supposed to give rewards today, but here I am, I'm getting one. So, being a member of the American Academy of Nursing is truly never an individual sport. I owe it to many, many organizations. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Philippine Nurses Association of America for the many opportunities that it has provided me throughout the years in my career in the United States. And I'd like to personally thank Dr. Donette Bloom of UT Health and Dr. Pam Windle in Houston, who served as my sponsors for this recognition and for being inducted into the American Academy of Nursing. When somebody asked me and said, so what now? You are a fellow of the American Academy of Nursing. And I said, this is the time to give back more than what it had provided me, especially with the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. The many activities that we've had, including the Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. We also have the annual National Patient Safety Conference in San Antonio, which we hold in collaboration with the BATS Foundation, and that will be coming up this year. I also want to thank the many members of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for joining me in our community outreach program through the Stop the Bleed. I know the pandemic had put a hold on our activity, but the Stop the Bleed is a community project in collaboration with the university health system. So I'd like to leave a quote to everyone. When Dr. Peter Drucker, a well-known author, many books that have been published in leadership, he was asked, which one is your best book? And Dr. Drucker says, the next one. So being inducted into the American Academy of Nursing, the best is yet to come. So thank you again. I will honor this and I will treasure this. So thank you to the San Antonio Nursing Consortium.
It is wonderful to live in a city where nurses have such outstanding support from our city mayor. Mayor Ron Nirenberg has demonstrated that he values the health state of our city, and he acknowledges the nurses who provide the care, be it at the bedside, at a clinic, in case management, at the doctor's office, in research, in academia. No matter where, he knows nurses are essential. This has been proven by the pandemic that we are facing. Mayor Ron Nirenberg has prepared a short presentation for this event. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mayor Ron Nirenberg. I want to thank the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for sponsoring this event to honor the best 25 nurses of South Central Texas. Although the COVID-19 pandemic has forced the Nursing Consortium to make this event virtual, the pandemic has demonstrated how much we rely on nurses and that they honor the heroes who are doing amazing work in often dangerous conditions. This year, the nominees were judged on the criteria of diversity, inclusion, and equity. COVID-19 has definitely opened our eyes to the social determinants of health and the need to focus on equality and access to health care. Kudos to the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for bringing the nursing organizations together in the time of need. I'm honored to be part of this effort to raise awareness about the contributions of nurses in our community. The consortium is an important partner of the City of San Antonio, and nursing is a true public service crucial to the health and well-being of every member of our community. The Best 25 Nurses program was started in New Orleans and was brought to Texas in 1991. The South Texas Organization of Nurse Executives, with the leadership of Nelson Tuazon, brought the program to San Antonio. Congratulations to all the frontline nurses, administrators, educators, researchers, and administrators who were nominated for this event. It's a true honor for a nurse to be nominated by family members, patients, peers, former teachers, physicians, and administrators. And of course, this is a particularly special moment for the 25 awardees who will be named today. Awardees were judged in the categories such as role model, leadership qualities, service to the country, compassionate caregiver, and significant contributions. All of these traits exemplify the best qualities of nurses. So enjoy today's proceedings. I join you in celebrating the third annual Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas, and I know this event is on its way to becoming a long-running tradition.
I'd like to introduce Chief Nursing Executive of Methodist Healthcare, Dr. Jane McCurley, who has been working with HCA for over 18 years. Dr. McCurley believes that healthcare is a 24/7 business, and we should not forget our night shift staff. Dr. McCurley served as the president of that organization's Excellence in Nursing Leadership Award. She was the co-lead for the first Central West Texas Team Future of Nursing Campaign for Action. Dr. McCurley is a board-certified nursing executive, advanced by the American Nurse Credentialing Center, certified in executive nursing practice by the American Organization of Nurse Executives, and is a fellow of the American College of Healthcare Executives. Dr. McCurley became a commissioner on Pathway to Excellence with the ANCC in 2018. She loves to engage and round with all her staff, day or night shift. Please welcome Dr. McCurley.
Welcome to our 2020 Best 25 Nurses of San Antonio virtual event. In 2018, Dr. Nelson Twazon, then president of South Central Texas Organization for Nurse Executives, now known as South Central Texas Organization for Nursing Leadership, aka SCTONL, had a vision to initiate the launch of the Best 25 Nurses here in San Antonio. The inaugural event was hosted by our major healthcare systems, Baptist, Methodist, University, and our UT School of Nursing. In 2019, the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, an alliance of 12 professional organizations, began to host the event. Each year, 200 nominations are received for this prestigious award. I want to congratulate this year's nominees and soon-to-be announced winners. It truly is an honor to be nominated for this esteemed award. This year, the selection process focused on significant contributions of nurses to diversity, inclusion, and equity. 2021 makes these core competencies for all of us. We must foster an environment for which each individual is valued and respected for their diversity and empowered to engage and contribute with equal resources and opportunities. 2020 will go down in history as our most challenging year, and 2021 began with hope with our vaccine availability. I am proud of the innovation, compassion, and significant contributions of our nursing teams. It has taken a toll, though, with our staffing challenges, working in unfamiliar environments, and our personal fears for ourselves and our families around the virus. Today, we want to encourage you on two fronts. One, for your contributions to our profession, first and foremost, as joining our professional organizations. Please join our local chapter of SCTONL. And as president of the Texas Organization for Nurse Leaders, I would be remiss if I didn't invite you to join our state organization as well. My second appeal is for advocacy. I serve on AONL's Political Action Committee, and as nurses, we are content experts, and we have a great opportunity to build trusting relationships with our elected officials and inform them on issues related to healthcare and our nursing profession. I want to leave you with one final thought from our current president of SCTONL, Mr. Chadi Awad. We need to share our best practices across our healthcare systems to save lives. In closing, please join me in extending a heartfelt thank you to our San Antonio Nursing Consortium and our planning committee. A round of applause for all the work that they've done to host this event. God bless you, and thank you for all you do each and every day. Enjoy our 2020 Best 25 Nurses Celebration.
I'd like to introduce Dr. Eileen Breslin. Dr. Breslin is the Patty L. Hawken Nursing Endowed Professor and Dean of the School of Nursing at the University of Texas Health Science Center, San Antonio. For 30 years, Dr. Breslin has sustained record of developing, implementing innovative clinical services and educational models through community partnerships that continue to thrive. She has served on national panels to develop the best practice guidelines in women's health and to address solutions to the national nursing shortage. She has led the implementation of graduate programs in primary care and public health dedicated to promoting and ensuring safe and quality care. Dr. Breslin is a fellow in the American Academy of Nursing, a distinguished practitioner in nursing in the National Academies of Practice, and a fellow in the American Academy of Nurse Practitioners. She has served on the National Advisory Council for Nursing Education and Practice, on the boards of the American Association of Colleges of Nursing, and the Massachusetts Organization of Nurse Executives.
On behalf of UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing, I extend our sincerest congratulations to both the nominees and the winners of the 25 Best Nurses of South Central Texas. I also want to acknowledge our faculty who are receiving this prestigious award. Collectively, these faculty role model advocacy, compassionate care, and leadership in their work within the community daily. They live the mission of UT Health. They make lives better. Nurses play a pivotal role in promoting social justice, inclusivity, equity, and ethical behavior as we advance healthcare. At the School of Nursing, we take most seriously our mission of caring and serving our communities by promoting health as an act of social justice. Together, we advance our teaching, discovery, practice, and community engagement missions. We do so with resilience, dedication, and compassion. In a time of uncertainty, let us embrace this opportunity to create healthier communities, resolving to eliminate inequities and confront systemic racism. Nurses hold the public's trust. We must leverage this asset, this covenant, to build bridges. Let us seek to understand each other and pave the way for a positive future through our inspirational partnerships within our communities. There is power in working together in the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. We unite to advance healthcare and the nursing profession. In particular, the South Central Texas Organization of Nurse Leaders are making a difference by engaging actively within its membership to advance healthcare. Leadership development is a lifelong journey. By joining South Central Texas Organization of Nurse Leaders, members will gain leadership skills, colleagueship, and networks to support advancing healthcare. Engagement in this way will elevate the nursing profession and have an impact on improving healthcare. I also want to give thanks to the Consortium and Planning Committee for this very special event in highlighting these most talented nurses.
I'd like to introduce Ms. Kristen Lemus. Ms. Lemus is the Chief Nursing Executive of Baptist Health System. Prior to that, she was Chief Nursing Officer of Northeast Baptist Hospital. Ms. Lemus has been a supporter of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium and Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas, nominating nurses from Baptist Health System year after year. She has been instrumental in the last 3 years to transform the quality of care in the Baptist Health System. We thank Ms. Lemus for accepting our invitation as chief guest for this event.
Good afternoon. I am Kristen Lemus, and I am excited to be the chief guest this evening. I would first like to thank SANC for hosting this virtual event during such trying times. Oh, what a year 2020 was. The year of the nurse and a pandemic like none other. This year has truly made the world realize who the true heroes really are. This year, I have learned 3 things about nurses in my organization, as well as nurses in general. First, nurses can take on any challenge. COVID has provided many challenges to the field of nursing, and I am amazed daily how nurses have adapted to PPE and caring for these challenging patients. 2, nurses pull together and motivate each other. This pandemic has shown great unity in nursing. I have never had as much pride in my profession until I saw nurses in action during this pandemic. And 3, nurses are the most compassionate individuals. There are countless stories of nurses' compassion during this pandemic. Nurses have been the only person at the bedside holding our patient's hand during their final hours because there were no visitors due to COVID. Nurses have also used their own phones to FaceTime families to allow them to say their final goodbyes. I could go on and on, but nurses are truly amazing. I also want to say thank you to all of the nurses that worked tireless hours over the last year, and a big congratulations to the top 25 nurses. Thank you again.
I'd now like to introduce Ms. Jennifer Perlmutter, current Chief Nursing Officer at Southwest General Hospital. Jennifer is a results-oriented healthcare leader with years of experience in leadership and nursing positions in highly competitive and diverse environments. As the Chief Nursing Officer of Southwest General Hospital, she has been tremendous and made tremendous effort to transform patient care and outcomes in her organization. She has implemented and designed new concepts and programs in order to enhance patient experience, growth, and efficiency at Southwest General Hospital. Previously, the ACNO at Baptist Medical Center and St. Luke's Baptist Hospital here in San Antonio. Please help me welcome Ms. Jennifer Perlmutter.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Perlmutter, the Chief Nursing Officer at Southwest General Hospital, a Stewart facility. I want to recognize and celebrate all the nominees and award winners of the 3rd Annual Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. It is a true honor to be recognized for all your hard work, leadership, and commitment to nursing. I would also like to take time to say thank you to all the nurses who have went above and beyond during this pandemic. You are true superheroes. Nursing is a profession that requires great intelligence, motivation, and determination. Nursing is a calling to serve others. You have and continue to demonstrate your care and compassion daily. During this time, especially, nurses have made many personal sacrifices to improve the lives of the patients and community they serve. Thank you to our community for your support during these challenging times. Your support means a lot to the healthcare community. Southwest General Hospital is a proud sponsor and supporter of the Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. At Southwest General Hospital, our mission is to reach, partner, and serve while displaying our care's values with every patient and family encounter. I'm excited to serve the Southside community, providing accessibility, quality care, and meeting the unique health needs of a culture rich in tradition. I would like to thank San Antonio Nursing Consortium for hosting and organizing the Best 25 of South Central Texas. This year's focus is on inclusivity and diversity. Together, we are all one nursing team. I encourage each of us to get involved in our local community nursing organizations or to serve on a board. Nurses bring many valuable insights to these activities to help advance our profession. Again, congratulations to all the nominees and award winners. We are so proud of you.
I am now going to introduce Dr. Maria Danette Bloom, who will introduce us to the nominees. Dr. Bloom is a tenured associate professor at UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing and the founding faculty advisor of the International Student Association, and an organizational member of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. She is also the director of international programs at UT Health San Antonio and is a past president and current board member of the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio.
Thank you, Janine. I am honored to present this year's nominees for the Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. The San Antonio Nursing Consortium received almost 200 nomination submissions. 152 of them were complete nominations for 122 nominees. I will provide short snippets of the narrative provided by nominators for each nominee. Our first nominee is Dr. Adelita Cantu, tenured associate professor at UT Health School of Nursing and a public health nurse. Dr. Cantu's devotion to social justice, her appreciation of diversity and equality, have taught a generation of nursing students to have a deeper understanding of the importance of delivering culturally appropriate health care. Ms. Isa Oiko, staff nurse at University Health System. Her nominator highlighted Ms. Oiko's compassionate care and mentorship to new incoming nurses as their preceptor. Mr. Albert Tariella, the patient care coordinator for the Cardiothoracic Transplant Intensive Care Unit at University Health System. Currently Vice President of the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio, he chairs the Technology Integration Council of the University Hospital, responsible for nursing and interdisciplinary implementation of healthcare-related technology. Ms. Alex Wilson, ICU nurse at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. She serves as a preceptor, charge nurse, chair for Metropolitan's Professional Practice Council. Ms. Amy Thomas, research nurse at Audie Murphy VA Hospital. The Professional Development and Ethics Education Chair for the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association, she is a highly skilled nursing professional with a strong background in patient care, clinical research, and quality improvement. Ms. Angela Austria, staff nurse at University Health System. Ms. Austria's work etiquette and passion is an inspiration to other nurses. She is a great preceptor. Ms. Anu Skaria, staff nurse at University Health System. She is a charge nurse, preceptor, mentor, and a national recognized nurse. Ms. Arlineta Biraya, patient care coordinator for the 12th floor General Medicine Unit at University Health System. Ms. Biraya is the president-elect of the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio. Ms. Bennett Vidola, staff nurse in the Specialty Infusion Center at University Health System. The process improvement initiative led by Ms. Bennett and the blood bank team decreased the wait time for patients needing blood transfusions. Ms. Brianne Broughton, charge nurse of Resolute Health Hospital. She always goes above and beyond to support her team while she is in charge of the unit. She makes sure that the staff and patients are safe. Ms. Brianna Ladson, charge nurse at Methodist Hospital. She has accepted progressive leadership roles, including serving as a mentor and preceptor to new nurses, starting the profession to being a charge nurse. Ms. Carmina Ridings, care coordinator at University Health System. She is the education chair for the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio and the South Central Texas Organization of Nursing Leadership. She served as the first co-chair for the UHS Night Shift Council. Ms. Carl Reiter, Administrative Director of Clinical Operations, Women's Services, Neonatal ICU, and Endoscopy. She contributed greatly at the beginning of the COVID pandemic by leading our PPE conservation efforts as the lead PPE CHAR to ensure that the campus have adequate PPE supplies. Ms. Carolyn Shea, charge nurse at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. An RN since 2018, she has been a charge nurse, preceptor, and mentor. Ms. Carolyn Trapp is a charge nurse at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. She cares for each and every patient as if they were a member of her own family. Dr. Celeste Bryson, Director of CVICU, LRICU, and Critical Care Nurse Practitioners at Methodist Hospital. She served in the U.S. Army Reserves as Lieutenant Colonel for the past 20 years, as a commander of a unit, assistant chief nurse, and a program director for the Army Combat Medics. Thank you for your service, Dr. Bryson. Ms. Celine Matahil, registered nurse at Christus Santa Rosa Hospital. Ms. Matahil is a role model for her peers and is involved in many cultural programs. Ms. Christy Rivas, nurse at Methodist Metropolitan Rehab. She is a unit's representative to the Hospital-Based Professional Practice Council, which has grown to be inclusive of non-nursing and nursing staff. Ms. Claudia Lopez, staff nurse in the Controlled Access Unit, or CAU, at University Health System. Claudia has written practices and guidelines governing all aspects of CAU patients and unit. Ms. Claudia Ochoa, nurse manager for Nurse Family Partnership at University Health System. Ms. Ochoa has developed great community partnerships to provide resources for patients and staff. Ms. Darlene Carrozo, the Nurse Director, Intermediate Medical Surgical Unit at Methodist Hospital. A nurse for 30 years, she has served various leadership positions, as well as several pressure injury prevalence studies for Methodist Hospital. Ms. Donna Bodru, NICU nurse at University Health System. She is directly involved in many unit-based committees and projects, championing initiatives and demonstrating leadership through active recruitment and encouragement of peers. Ms. Diana Games, the manager of Medicine 3 at Methodist Hospital. She demonstrated a positive attitude, compassionate leadership, role modeling, and willing attitude during the pandemic that kept her team going. Dr. Diana Cavazos, Assistant Professor at UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing. She is an active board member with National Association of Hispanic Nurses San Antonio Chapter and the advisor for the Hispanic Student Nurse Association. She also volunteers with the Street Medicine in San Antonio, which provides care for the homeless population. Ms. Donna Michelle Navina Kotage, charge nurse at University Health System. She helps in leading her unit's Patient Experience Committee and Magnet Committee and performs quality improvement audits. Ms. Ellen Lyons, clinical supervisor, trauma follow-up clinic, University Health System. She oversees one of the busiest clinics in the system, orchestrating an impressive multifunctional clinic for injured patients from across South Texas with an annual volume of over 16,000 patients. Ms. Emily Adamas, clinical nurse coordinator at Methodist Hospital. A nurse for 28 years, she is a charge nurse, nurse manager, preceptor, and mentor. Ms. Fatima El Manawi, a registered nurse at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. She leads her team with such grace. Not only has she stepped up as a charge nurse, but also is a preceptor for numerous new residents who are starting their nursing career. Mr. George Odiambo, patient care coordinator of the 9th floor General Medicine Unit, University Health System. When COVID-19 hit San Antonio, there was a surge in admission of patients at UHS. He did an exemplary job by working on the staffing to ensure that patient care continues with the COVID-19 patients from gatekeepers to primary nurse. Mr. Gerard Santo Domingo, patient care coordinator of the Psychiatric Unit and 7 Medicine Unit, University Health System. As one of the founders and current president of the San Antonio Psychiatric Nurses Association, he organizes charity drives and functions like the NAMI Walk and helps the needy and homeless populations of San Antonio through donations raised by the association. Ms. Grace Bacho, an ICU charge nurse at University Health System. An RN since 1994, she has excelled as an expert in neonatal intensive care, charge nurse, preceptor, and change agent. Ms. Irene Ramirez, registered nurse at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan Rehab. She has served as a charge nurse, mentor to new hires, team lead, unit champion, and had been nominated 4 times for Day's Say Award. Ms. Irene Rosales, United Independent School District Health Services Director. She oversees 90 staff members that provide services to over 43,000 students and 6,000 employees at 50 campuses in Laredo, Texas. Ms. Irish Villaseran, charge nurse of University Health System. She is the chairperson of the Unit-Based Medication Education Committee and RRR Committee and a member of several committees. Ms. J. Thomas, charge nurse at University Health System. She is an active member of the San Antonio Indian Nursing Association and took leadership in distributing blankets for the homeless population and masks to nurses. Ms. Janet Olson, throughput nurse at Methodist Metropolitan Hospital. She serves the LGBTQ community with dignity, respect, and caring, and providing a sad, worried patient hope. Ms. Janet Jimenez, staff nurse at University Health System. A nurse for 27 years, she has been a charge nurse and chairperson in various unit-based, system-based, community-centered organizations. She received numerous DAISY nominations. Ms. Jillian Fabula, Nursing Education Coordinator at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan. She serves as an exemplary role model for our staff by embracing cultural differences. Dr. John Reese, Director of Peer Review at University Health System. Dr. Reese is a longtime Boy Scout volunteer, Wounded Warriors Community Escort, and East San Antonio AACN officer, board member for many years, including 3 years as president. Mr. Johnson Omajeri, a registered nurse for Southwest General Hospital Psychiatric Services. Mr. Johnson started his career providing mental health services as a mental health technician. A relatively new RN, he is the bar by which all his nursing peers are held. Mr. Jordan Marin, bedside nurse for Higher Acuity Cardiovascular Transition Unit, Methodist Hospital Metropolitan. He is always eager to assist his peers and learn new things, and a champion for patient safety. Mr. Jose Puente, registered nurse at Methodist ER Quarry. He is a role model for other staff through his multiple contributions, including team lead, preceptor, and co-chair of the Professional Practice Council. Ms. Jocelyn Bringas Zabala, Ambulatory Area Manager for University Health System. She is seen as a role model within the organization and community through her continuous efforts to provide quality care. Ms. Joy Hamilton, a registered nurse at Methodist Hospital Specialty and Transplant. She was awarded for outstanding leadership and professional commitment in her role as a clinical preceptor for guiding senior-level undergraduate nursing students in the Immersion Capstone course. Ms. Joy Rattler, charge nurse for the Observation COVID Unit at Methodist Metropolitan Hospital. She is a role model to her co-workers. She comes to work with great attitude, confidence, and joy in her job. Ms. Julie Takatsuki, charge nurse at Southwest General Hospital. She is often recognized by patients for her high quality and compassionate care. Ms. Katayun Jalali, nurse educator at University Health System. She is not only an extraordinary educator, but truly serves as a role model for her staff. Ms. Katie Robinson, registered nurse at Baptist Medical Center. She has recently taken over the chair position to Facility Nurse Practice Council and is an active participant in the unit Nurse Practice Council. Ms. Casey Youngblood, shift supervisor for Labor and Delivery Unit at Resolute Health Hospital. She is incredibly organized and knowledgeable in not only labor and delivery but many other nursing fields. Ms. Kelly Ireland, a charge nurse at Northeast Methodist Hospital, Telemetry 2 Unit. She commits to all the initiatives to improve patient outcomes and patient experience. Ms. Kusmunai Khan, registered nurse at Methodist Specialty and Transplant. She is a wonderful charge nurse, very helpful and compassionate. She made many masks for nurses who took care of COVID-19 patients and fundraised to distribute hygiene kits to the homeless. Ms. Kimberly Graham, labor and delivery registered nurse at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan. Her primary role as circulating nurse in the L&D operating room shows off her skills as an excellent leader in providing exceptional care to the diverse maternal population in this inner-city hospital. Ms. Kimberly Titzner, staff nurse at University Health System, Neurosciences ICU. She teaches nurses with her many national certifications and continues to show what it means to be a nurse when she speaks to patients and families as if they were her own. Ms. Christina Rodriguez, staff nurse and relief charge nurse at Methodist Hospital Northeast. When 2020 changed into a more than a year of a nurse, she jumped in as the first COVID nurse on day shift after we converted a portion of our unit to Med-Surg Delhi COVID. Ms. Christy Weber, charge nurse at Methodist Hospital Specialty and Transplant. As a charge nurse for the unit, she serves the diverse patient populations, including non-English speaking and behavioral health patients. She volunteered to lead the medical telemetry COVID unit. Ms. Leah Bennett, ICU nurse at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. She takes time to learn about the patients even though they were often sedated and could not speak. Ms. Lindsay Green, patient care coordinator for the Ortho Surgical Specialty Unit, University Health System. Her nominator wrote, "There are many times Lindsay has shown compassionate care towards many of our patients." Ms. Lisa Mendez, chief nurse for operations at the VA hospital. She prepared nurses to do the best for the patients at bedside as commander for the COVID-19 patient care and coordinated with national VA operations. Ms. Lorena Gonzalez Juarez, infection control practitioner at Methodist Hospital Specialty and Transplant. She stands out as one nurse, infection preventionist, role model, leader, community servant, and caregiver in the war against COVID. Ms. Ma Judy Perez, charge nurse on the Controlled Access Unit, University Hospital System. With 25-year-long passion for nursing, Ma Judy is well recognized by her peers and the hospital administration as evidenced by her winning the Daisy Award in October 2020. Ms. Malathi Edwin, Patient Care Coordinator for the 12th Floor General Medicine Unit, University Health System. As a Secretary of SINA, she is very active in fundraising activities. She is an excellent nurse manager, patient advocate, and mentor to newly graduated nurses. Ms. Mallory Meehan, ICU nurse at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. She is a natural leader and has readily led her team in developing a pressure injury preventive approach within COVID-19 ICU. Ms. Maria Polanco, Patient Care Coordinator for the Neuroacute Care Unit, University Health System. She is a proactive nurse and collaborates with every staff member and always willing to help others. Ms. Mariama Johnson, Patient Care Coordinator for the 5th Floor Medicine COVID-19 Unit at University Health System. She was at the front line of COVID-19 surge and supported her staff. Ms. Marla Havel, Director of Operations, University Health System. With 22 years of nursing experience, Ms. Havel is seen as an expert and a resource of community service, health, and ambulatory network. Mr. Marlon Mantaring, Staff Nurse at the Psychiatric Unit, University Hospital. He advocates endlessly, giving patients the best quality care and ensuring their safety using evidence-based practice. Dr. Martha Vives, Assistant Professor at UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing. She served as an Army Corps officer for over 26 years. She is a psychiatric nurse practitioner, preceptor, faculty, and mentor to many. Thank you for your service, Dr. Vives. Ms. Marta Martinez, Associate Professor, UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing. Ms. Martinez provides exemplary nursing approaches for students when working with seniors and vulnerable populations, where she highlights diversity and inclusivity. Ms. Mary Lee Potter, Director of Professional Practice, Methodist Metropolitan Hospital, and wound ostomy nurse. During the COVID crisis and significant turnover in the wound care department, she put her skills to practice and functioned at the bedside and rebuilt the team to astonishing new levels. Ms. Mary Stopper, NICU Manager at Methodist Metropolitan Hospital. A nurse since 1998, she has been engaged as a charge nurse, preceptor, educator, mentor, and support, as well as leader for others. She is a chairperson of the Shared Governance Committee for the NICU. Mr. Matt Cook, Quality Coordinator for Women's Services at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan. He has been recognized by the administration, leadership, and physicians as a highly skilled, dependable, and results-driven leader. Ms. Mary Ann Redona, Registered Nurse at Methodist Northeast Hospital. An RN since 2012, she is a charge nurse and has clinical experience in neonatal intensive care, progressive care, and intermediate care. Ms. Mary Barroso, Staff Nurse on Medicine 3 at Methodist Hospital. She prides herself on the quality of care that she provides to her patients and will go the ends of the earth if that's what it takes to get the job done. Ms. Melissa Serrato, Nurse Manager of Medicine 1 Methodist Hospital. She exemplifies a compassionate, true servant leader who loves her unit, the patients she cares for, and her staff. Mr. Michael Gonzalez, Charge Nurse at Methodist Metropolitan Hospital. He is a charge nurse as well as preceptor. He takes a hands-on approach in unit quality by performing tracers, fall audits, as well as nurse leader rounds. Ms. Michelle Weaver, Charge Nurse for the Post-Surgical Unit at Methodist Hospital Specialty and Transplant. She is not just a charge nurse for the post-surgical unit, she is a go-to resource for the entire hospital when she is on the shift. Ms. Marianne Pendon, Vice President of Emergency Services at HCA Methodist. She was selected as the incident commander to manage the response to COVID and collaborated to develop the COVID ECMO program. Mr. Misam Merchant, House Supervisor at University Health System and President for the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association. He has made significant contributions to the community through his immense hard work and dedication to the healthcare profession. Dr. Manju Lee, Assistant Professor, UT Health San Antonio, School of Nursing. As first-generation immigrant, her research and teaching focus on health disparities, health literacy, healthcare service utilization, community engagement, and capacity building among underserved populations, especially Hispanics, refugees, and immigrants. Ms. Neely Stopczynski. She is a unit leader and strong advocate for the patients. She currently serves as a Labor and Delivery Unit representative on the Staff Effectiveness Committee. Ms. Negar Johnson. She is an amazing and empowering nurse leader. Due to her caring nature, tenacity, and respect from staff, she quickly assembled dedicated nurses to volunteer to care for patients who are the sickest of the sick during the COVID pandemic. Ms. Noemi Toledo. A charge nurse for almost 20 years, she helped train and mentor most of the unit charge nurses and promote staff retention and positive patient outcomes. Dr. Norma Martinez Rogers, professor at UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing. She has served the population as a nurse, nurse educator, advocate for health policy initiatives for the underserved populations, and mentor of Hispanic nursing students to promote educational success. Ms. Primwadi Shripanban. She has impacted various quality outcomes in her organization. Her manager speaks very highly of her clinical and professional skills. She has influenced many nurses to become entrepreneurs just like her. Dr. Prasanna Parakal, House Supervisor at the VA and University Health System. Dr. Prasanna Parakal is one of the founding leaders of the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association, which distributed 1,350 blankets for the homeless people. Ms. Rachel Groven. During the time when the floor was a COVID unit, she coordinated a visit between a couple and gave them a chance to hold each other's hand and give strength. Mr. Ramon Perales, Charge Nurse 5 ACU. He strives to help other nurses and enjoys serving as a mentor as well as speak out for the safety of the patients and his co-workers. Ms. Rebecca Rodriguez, Nurse Residency Program Coordinator, University Health System. She spends many hours working on her NRP curriculum to make sure the new graduates receive the best education possible to make them successful on the floor. Ms. Regina Caracat, Registered Nurse at the Veterans Affairs Hospital. She is the Executive Vice President of SAINA, which distributed blankets this year to the homeless people. She is the recipient of several nursing awards. Mr. Rick Sambosini, Charge Nurse for the Controlled Access Unit, or CAU, at University Health System. He is a dedicated nurse who has significantly contributed to UHS and the unit. Roman Wendy is a role model, compassionate caregiver, and professional nurse. He is so kind and nice to everybody to help them care for patients in the best way. Mr. Romeo Escobar, Charge Nurse for the Psychiatric Unit at University Health System. He is a charge nurse, preceptor, facilitator, trainer, and chairperson in various unit-based, system-based, community-centered organizations. Dr. Rhonda Gottlieb, Director of Clinical Health at Health Services Office, University of Incarnate Word. She performs much more than administrative duties for the university's health clinic. She has a central part in the university's response to COVID-19 pandemic. Ms. Rosemary Kitko, an RN since 1989, Ms. Kitko has been a true asset to her team and patients under her care as top charge nurse for her department. Ms. Ruby Hood Pearson, a registered nurse since 1985, She is charge nurse, preceptor, mentor, and current liaison for the Clinical Ladder program. Nominated Nursing Excellence Awards, she has helped the ICU be awarded the Nursing Team Award several times. Mr. Ross James Miller, ICU nurse at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. Mr. Miller joined the Metropolitan's ICU after serving in the U.S. Army and was one of the first nurses to care for COVID-19 patients. Thank you for your service, Mr. Miller. Mr. Ryan Hicks. He has been engaged in mentoring, educating new staff, co-chairing the unit-based Professional Practice Council. A compassionate caregiver, he recently received the Daisy Award from a patient. Selena Riggs. She is an excellent nurse educator of 5 ACU and role model to many who aspire to attain highest level of knowledge. Ms. Sandra Gallegos, Administrative Director for all perioperative areas at Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. She has been a nurse since 1982 and is noted to be the backbone of all her departments. Ms. Sandra Iwanzi. Inspired by the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association, Ms. Iwanzi formed the San Antonio Nigerian Nurses Association. As a church nurse, she brings people together to follow policies and leaders. Ms. Sarah El Kadi, nurse in the Med-Surg Ortho Unit, Methodist Northeast. She became the charge nurse of the COVID Med-Surg Unit and led a team to continue to give exceptional and compassionate care to our patients in every situation. Dr. Sarah Williams. For over 15 years, she served as a role model and mentor to over 500 nursing students and novice nurses at the University of Incarnate Word, where 65% were students of color, many of whom were first in their families to attend college. Mr. Sean Moore, Patient Care Coordinator for the STARS Float Pool Department, University Health System. He is currently the co-chair of the Nurse Advisory Committee and managed an unprecedented float pool of new graduate nurses. Ms. C.G. Paulson. Her nominator wrote, "She is a complete nurse, very calm even in the middle of a storm, a role model to fellow nurses." Ms. Shino Matthew. She is a firm believer of Florence Nightingale. She does the right thing suitable for that particular time, and all her patients are well cared for. Ms. Summer Weaver. She is an integral part of the labor and delivery team for 20 years and excelled as a unit charge nurse, mentoring newly hired nurses and nursing students. Ms. Stacy Mann. She has shown her leadership qualities as a relief charge nurse, preceptor, and mentor. She has been nominated by her patients for the Daisy Awards. Ms. Stacy Olson. A nurse for 13 years, she has spent her entire nursing career on IMIS at Methodist Hospital as a senior staff nurse, charge nurse, nurse manager, and clinical nurse coordinator. Ms. Stephanie Jackson, labor and delivery nurse at Metropolitan Hospital. She has been an integral member of the team since 1996 and has always shown genuine concern and commitment to her work and the welfare of the patients. Ms. Sylvia Saldana, charge nurse at Methodist Hospital. She exhibits leadership in a manner that inspires her nurses to do their best during their shift and is always willing to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. Ms. Tanisha Hamilton, registered nurse and entrepreneur at Methodist Specialty and Transplant Hospital. Ms. Hamilton is the founder of Nurse Checkup, a virtual platform that encourages nurses. She has also authored several books. Ms. Tessie Cadavel. owner of Cadaville and Associates. During this COVID-19 pandemic, she has significantly helped our long-term care facilities and their needs of keeping their patients safe, which now more than ever shows important service to the community. Ms. Theresa Clower, Assistant Chief Nursing Officer at Methodist Hospital, Specialty and Transplant. Under her leadership, Specialty and Transplant has seen an 83% decrease in Club C, 88% decrease in CODI, 90% decrease in C-Def, and 50% decrease in falls. Ms. Therishama Milton, Staff Nurse for the PACU University Health System. She has received awards for Best Preceptor for New Staff and is actively involved in lean projects. Mr. Tabby Williams, Charge Nurse at Methodist Metropolitan Hospital. His nominator shared, Mr. Williams leads by example and is a role model for the nurses at Methodist Metropolitan, as well as the ancillary staff. Ms. Story Leal, House Supervisor, Resolute Health Hospital. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she volunteered to help patients who needed nursing care in cities that were faced with the worst crisis. Valerie Rodriguez Yu, Associate Director for Patient Care Services and Nurse Executive of the South Texas Veterans Healthcare System. She is responsible for guiding all aspects of nursing practice for one of the largest and most complex healthcare system within the Veterans Health Administration enterprise. Ms. Veronica Rodriguez. She is the first nurse COVID-19 clinician ambassador to the San Antonio Metro Health District. She translates CDC guidelines from the nursing perspective to the city of San Antonio. Ms. Veronica Montemayor, Clinical Nursing Director for the Stars Float Pool Department, University Health System. She oversees over 355 staff members from registered nurses to patient safety assistants and medical surgical technicians. Ms. Viral Patel, Charge Nurse, Methodist Texan Hospital, San Antonio. She is active in the San Antonio Nurses in Advanced Practice and received nomination of Daisy Awards, as well as Certificate of Academic Excellence from Northwest Vista. Zaralee Zambrano, Registered Nurse, Northeast Methodist Hospital. She has taken on lead teacher for the Dedicated Education Unit program to instruct and facilitate theory application to practice with nursing students. Ms. Zainur Hashim. She currently works as an engaged member of the Specialty Infusion Unit, University Health System, providing various chemotherapies. She is also an active member of the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association. On behalf of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, we congratulate all of the nominees. Now, for the moment we've been waiting for, the awarding. For the interest of the community, all 152 nominations were judged by a panel of 3 judges who are previous SANC Best 25 Nurses awardees. The judges scored each nominee in terms of their significant contributions to diversity, equity, and inclusion as role model, leader, compassionate caregiver, and community service provider. Based from the scores, the first 25 nurses were identified. In the spirit of transparency, we share that the 4th judge was brought in to break a 5-way tie for the 25th place. May I now call on Ms. Janine Yaya to announce the first 10 winners. Ms. Yaya is one of the co-chairs of the SANC Best 25 Nurses Committee. She is a nursing director at University Hospital with over 9 years of experience. She is a founding member and current president of the American Association of Neuroscience Nurses South Texas Chapter, a proud member of San Antonio Nursing Consortium.
Our
first awardee, Irene Rosales. Her nominator wrote, "She is a Texas A&M distinguished alumni. Her A&M portrait of achievement noted that she grew up in the barrio and was often taunted for being poor and having a speech impediment. Laredo consists mainly of a Hispanic population and has been hit hard by the pandemic. Irene's leadership was instrumental in a range of initiatives to support parents, students, and the community. She partnered with Texas A&M International University and Laredo College of Nursing to provide an after-hours drive-through option for flu shots, helping to protect over 2,200 students. Congratulations. Let's hear from Irene.
My name is Irene Rosales. I work for United Independent School District as the Health Services Director. I have been with the district for more than 30 years, and 15 of those years as Director for Health Services Department. First, I would like to express my gratitude to Pat Ovi. Dr. Ovi believed in me and submitted the application. I know there are numerous nurses out there that are worthy of this award. I am humbled to receive this award. I am a caring, hardworking, trustworthy, respectable leader, visionary, change agent, and love to help the community. I belong to numerous coalitions and boards. I will be sharing with you about Area Health Education Center that I am currently the Vice Chair on the Executive Board. Area Health Education Center brings different programs from elementary to high school to the district and the college students. As Vice Chairperson, I have the responsibility of signing the checks to pay for all of the activities AHEC provides to the community. AHEC also provides education on HPV or human papillomavirus. I provide this vaccine to the students in 7th grade along with their state-mandated vaccines of Tdap and meningococcal. And another coalition which I belong is the Laredo Health Coalition. This coalition is comprised of several agencies from the Laredo and Webb County area. This is a very important coalition because I am able to bring resources to the district, whether information or anything that will help our community. The Health Task Force is another coalition that I belong to. We were all given the task to ask 25 people that were needed in our community in Laredo. I ended up surveying 900 staff members. The Health Task Force is comprised mainly nurses and has merged into one coalition. We began by working on making sure everyone has a medical home. We encourage everyone to review the 5 wishes and have someone designated in case that they are unable to state their wishes at the time of a medical crisis, which is what is happening right now with COVID. The individual gets very ill quickly and they're unable to state their wishes. If they have an advance directive, this can at least give the family some peace of mind. I would like to continue my education in FNP program from Texas A&M International University this coming fall. Finally, I would like to thank my husband and family for all the support they give me to give back to the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you for choosing me as one of the 25 best nurses in South Central Texas.
Our next awardee, Martha Martinez. Her nominator wrote, "She is an amazing role model. She teaches community health in the undergraduate nursing program and shares teaching strategies with other faculty to provide meaningful student learning. She routinely facilitates new community partnerships. During the pandemic, Ms. Martinez designed student learning activities in caring for moms and moms-to-be in a community setting. She is the co-founder of domestic violence shelter Casa de Misericordia. Congratulations."
My name is Marta Martinez, and I'm the 4th of 5 children born to Mexican immigrants and raised on the Texas-Mexico border in the city of Laredo. I have strong roots to family and a strong work ethic that I inherited from my parents and my grandparents. I work very hard to always give my best to everyone that comes to me. I provide compassionate care to all, and I enjoy forming relationships with my patients. Personally, my most important contribution has been raising my 3 children. As challenging as it was a labor of love. Professionally, my best contributions have been my works on the Texas-Mexico border, the initiation of care to vulnerable uninsured populations via a mobile health unit that continues up to now was a long process, but provided justice to rural and inner-city neighborhoods. Participating in the founding of a domestic violence shelter was a learning opportunity and a long-lasting impact on the work I continue to do with women. Academically, my work as a community setting has brought multiple opportunities for students to value healthcare outside the acute care setting. As I complete 40+ years in nursing, I hope to continue to prepare the healthcare workers of tomorrow. It is important to model collaborative work and provide non-judgmental care. Mentoring future nurses and healthcare providers in the area of compassion and care will create a better healthcare delivery system for all. As I look back on my 40 years of service, I am reminded of my mentors who made me who I am today. My affinity to Catholic healthcare positioned me to work alongside the Sisters of Mercy. Through their mentorship, I have learned compassion and care to everyone, and congratulations to all the awardees. Thank you to San Antonio Consortium for this honor.
Our next awardee, Dr. Adelita Cantu. Her nominator wrote, Dr. Cantu is a tenured associate professor at UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing and is a public health nurse. Her devotion to social justice and appreciation of diversity and equity have taught a generation of nursing students to have a deeper understanding of the importance of delivering culturally relevant health and health promotion that will better inform and sustain behavior change. To recognize that health is more than an individual matter, but that there are social determinants of health that require a broader and more in-depth view of health and healthcare. Congratulations, Dr. Cantu.
My name is Adelita Cantu, and I am a doctorally prepared registered nurse and teach population and public health at UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing. I was born and raised in one of the poorest zip codes in San Antonio that is still suffering some of the worst health disparities in the city, particularly in this time of COVID. My passion and dedication as a nurse has consistently been working in collaboration with communities to lessen the burden of some of those health disparities, particularly those that are caused by the social determinants of health. I do this by working with senior centers to ensure that vulnerable seniors have access to health care and receive the information that enables them to achieve well-being. I also do this by working with underserved Hispanic youth, increasing their knowledge about environmental health, especially climate change and its unequal burden to vulnerable communities, who, although contribute less to climate change, yet suffer the most of it from its health consequences. I advocate for equity and decreasing health disparities through my work on a local policy level. I am an active member of San Antonio's Climate Action and Adaptation Equity Technical Working Group. I also represent my community as a representative on its local Utility Citizens Action Group, as well as being the co-chair of the city's COVID Contact Tracing Work Group and Community Response Committee. In that vein, I was the first person in San Antonio and Bexar County to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. I am grateful for this award, for it demonstrates an appreciation of how nursing can play an active role in health and well-being of communities. Thank you.
Our next awardee, Dr. Diana Cavazos. Her nominator wrote, Dr. Cavazos has been in the profession of nursing for the last 24 years and academia since 2009. Her research interest has focused on empowering women victims of intimate partner violence and issues with patients' limited English proficiency. Dr. Cavazos is an active board member with the National Association of Hispanic Nurses San Antonio and an advisor for the Hispanic Student Nurses Association, certified medical interpreter, CPR instructor, Stop the Bleed Spanish instructor, and a nurse volunteer with Street Medicine San Antonio, where she provides care for the homeless population. Congratulations.
I am Dr. Diana Cavazos. I am a regular person who is actively involved with her family, friends, and her community. I am someone who loves and enjoys her nursing career, always on the go, staying busy with one thing or another. I feel honored being part of such an outstanding group and very thankful for the support I receive from the nursing organizations that help me serve our community in San Antonio. I have volunteered at the Migrant Resource Center downtown, and I am currently helping Hispanic students improve their medical Spanish through a program that helps them become trained medical interpreters in Spanish and prepare them for national certification as medical interpreters. I have volunteered at the Battered Women's Shelter and currently volunteer at the Providence Place, helping women victims of intimate partner violence and human trafficking. I am also working with a great team in a clinical trial to prove the effectiveness of a new COVID-19 vaccine, as well as volunteering in the process of mass vaccination for the city of San Antonio. I plan to continue to advocate for communities with special needs, especially our Hispanic community, creating opportunities of inclusion and equity to meet our unique needs. Congratulations to all the best 25 awardees.
Our next awardee, Dr. Norma Martinez Rogers. Her nominator wrote, Dr. Martinez Rogers spent her early life in public housing in San Antonio. She has spent her life in service to the community, first as a teacher and as a caseworker for San Antonio's Catholic services. In 2006, she became a fellow in the American Academy of Nursing. She was appointed by the U.S. Government Accountability Office to be a member of the Medicaid CHIP Payment and Access Commission. She received an HRSA COVID-19 grant to promote enhance access to COVID-19 related telehealth technologies. Congratulations.
Hi, I am Norma Martinez Rogers. I am a professor at UT Health Science Center, School of Nursing. I want to thank you for allowing me to receive this prestigious award. I grew up in the Alasan Apache courts and know very much what it means to be in an underserved population. I know that COVID has made us face many social determinants of health, and I am wanting you to know that I will continue to commit myself to working with our people and ensuring that we get the best equitable health care possible.
Dr. Moonju Lee. Her nominator wrote, Dr. Lee has been a nurse since 1994. As a first-generation immigrant, her research and teaching focus on health disparities, health literacy, healthcare service utilization, community engagement, and capacity building among underserved populations. During COVID-19, Dr. Lee volunteered collecting samples at the Freeman Coliseum testing site in March and the Strap Call Center. In 2019, she was appointed a National Unification Advisory Council of the Republic of Korea's Overseas Council member and Policy Committee member. Congratulations.
Hello everyone, my name is Moonju Lee. I have been a nurse since 1994 and I had 18 years clinical experience at the Oncology and Bone Marrow Transplant Unit. Since 2015, I have been a nursing faculty in the UT Health San Antonio. At the first generation of immigrants, my research and teaching focus on health disparity, health literacy, and community engagement and capacity building among the underserved population. I'm passionate for working with underserved population and trying to make a difference in our community. Since I joined the UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing, I have involved many community service programs, socially linked, especially Hispanic, refugee, and immigrant, through my research and my teaching to reduce health disparity. Especially the community engagement project with the Korean community, I have conducted monthly health lectures for last 4 years, and now we provide virtual monthly lecture to the community resident. We formed a health coalition team from the academia and community together. As a nursing faculty, I always try to be a good role model for the student as a nursing profession and community and public nurse. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I have volunteered at the community drive-through testing site, call center, flu clinic for the refugee, and COVID-19 vaccine clinic. I'm deeply honored to receive this award and the recognition from San Antonio Nursing Consortium. I'm grateful to Dean Breslin and Dr. McGrath, the Vice Dean for Faculty Excellence of UT Health School of Nursing, for nomination, and San Antonio Nursing Consortium for selecting me for this award. Today's results cannot be achieved without the support of my mentor, colleague, student, and community partner, community resident, and volunteer. I would like to express my deep gratitude to everyone. Thank you.
Our next awardee, Ellen Lyons. Her nominator wrote, Ellen masterfully oversees one of the busiest clinics in the health system, orchestrating an impressive multifunctional clinic for injured patients from across South Texas. This last year, she increased services to include a geriatric trauma clinic, and coming this year, an avenue for patients with PTSD symptoms to see a licensed social worker for support and referrals. Ms. Lyons is an active Stop the Bleed instructor and also supports injury prevention efforts like Safe Kids Day and International Walk to School Day. Congratulations.
I appreciate the recognition this award brings to ambulatory nursing. Our role is not often the first that comes to mind when one thinks of trauma nursing. However, I feel like we get to participate in the best part of our patients' recovery, and that we are the final step before our patients resume their lives after a trauma injury. I look forward to continuing my efforts to expand and develop our trauma clinic services to provide the best environment for our patient recovery. I would like to tell a quick story about one of our patients that comes to my mind. Mr. W. was a young new father and husband whose life was unexpectedly interrupted by a terrible gunshot wound that paralyzed him and changed his life. Our trauma surgeons and orthopedic team used their incredible skills and knowledge and worked their magic to repair his injuries. When he was released from the hospital and he first came to us in clinic, he was understandably overwhelmed and depressed. His life had changed in an instant. His family's life had profoundly changed as he was the income earner for his young family. Through interacting with him, I learned his story. I came to know him as a friend, and this allowed me to help him and connect with him through the clinic to support services for PTSD, medical supplies, and the needs that he now had as a trauma survivor. This showed me the valuable impact outpatient nursing can have on our patients' recovery and inspired me to continue my commitment to do the best that I can for our patients. Thank you to the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for this incredible honor. I am humbled to be recognized during a year that seems to have required so much effort and extra energy from the medical field. There are so many people I have to be grateful for that allow me to be here accepting this honor. First and foremost is my husband Michael and my children Aaron and Evan. Thank you for loving me and supporting me as I pursue my passion for nursing. Secondly, I thank my extended family, in particular my parents, and I pray that the COVID pandemic will soon be resolved so we can see each other in person again. I thank the University Hospital System for providing me with the environment where I can grow and develop leadership skills. In particular, I thank my supervisor, Tracy Cotner-Pouncey, for inspiring me and guiding me every day. I would not be here without her. I also thank the University of Texas partners and providers It has been my great honor to work together with you to provide the highest level of care for our patients. I finally thank my incredibly talented clinic team. I am blessed to have you with me every day. You truly make my job special, something special that I enjoy. Thank you very much.
Our next awardee, Donna Boudreau. Her nominator wrote, Donna has been an RN since 2012. She was on the hospital-based magnet riding committee and contributed to the redesignation of University Hospital as a magnet facility. Her community service involvement includes being a member of a prayer organization at church that serves the community by collecting donations to the Good Samaritan Center and feeding homeless citizens. She has increased her knowledge of quality improvement in healthcare, presented posters at national conferences, and continues to work tirelessly to impact and standardize the care of San Antonio's smallest and most vulnerable population. Congratulations.
Good evening. I am honored to receive this award as one of the top 25 nurses in the South Central Texas region from the San Antonio Nurses Consortium. As a certified bedside nurse at University Health, I strive to provide excellent quality-focused, patient-centered care to all of my patients and to be a resource and mentor to my colleagues. I have had the opportunity to learn and grow as a neonatal ICU nurse and have helped to improve our processes and patient outcomes for the tiniest of our patients. With the addition of our new children's tower, I hope to continue to be of service to my patients and my community through innovative projects like our NICU Goslings Early Literacy Program and through community outreach in our underserved areas. I greatly appreciate being recognized for my passion and commitment to service and nursing excellence. Give me just a moment to share with you a personal story of mine which turned into a passion project. A few years ago, I had a small little baby that came to us from South Texas, and he was transferred through our transport team. Unfortunately, he had a very negative prognosis, but when his parents came, I made it my mission to make sure that his mom was able to hold that baby as soon as she arrived at our hospital. This turned into one of our great projects at University Health called our Kangaroo-a-thon and Skin to Skin Care. I have taken this to allow all patients with their moms and dads to do skin to skin as often as they can. Skin to skin is one of the best ways that parents can bond with their babies. It improves their patient outcomes and shortens their hospital stay. This quality improvement project is now an annual event in our hospital, and I'm so proud to be a leader and a motivator in our NICU. Thank you so much.
Our next awardee, Albert Tariella. His nominator wrote, Albert has been a nurse for more than 15 years. He's been with University Health System for almost 10 years and is a patient care coordinator for the cardiothoracic transplant ICU of University Hospital since 2011. Within 10 long years of being with the system, he developed excellent leadership qualities as a staff nurse, charge nurse, and as a leader. He is the current vice president of the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio and also offers his service as choir leader every Sunday at his church. Congratulations, Albert.
Hello everyone, my name is Albert Tariella. I've been a nurse for 27 years, mostly in the ICU for 20 years, and been working at University Hospital in the last 10 years and been a nurse manager there for 5 years. I'm also currently a member of the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio, and for 2021, I'm the current vice president. When I'm not at work, I love music. I love playing guitar. I've been a choir director at Prince of Peace Catholic Church for more than 5 years. I also have a band. It's called Adobo Jam, and we play music friends, for people that share the same passion for music like me. Being a member of a professional organization provides opportunity for everyone to help in that community or to whatever the mission and vision of the organization that you belong to. And I'm grateful for Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio for giving me that opportunity. One story that I remember in particular was sometime last year, there was a big volcanic eruption in the Philippines. My band was planning to do a concert here in San Antonio, but we thought of how can we help? Through the help of my family, the community, my friends, co-workers, and PINASA, we were able to create a project that benefit the victims of Taal. We've decided to make it more of a fundraising event. That opportunity provides all of us here in San Antonio a way to help those who are in need. I greatly thank everyone, my friends, my co-workers, especially the members of the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio, in helping on the event and making it successful. And of course, I'd like to thank my band, Double Jam, for making that benefit concert possible. This was such a rewarding experience for me to combine my passion for music and allow myself to help others through PINASA to not only be nominated as one of the best 25 nurses in South Central Texas, but to be officially recognized as one is such an honor for me. And I thank the San Antonio Nursing Consortium and the rest of the member nursing organization that it represents for choosing me as one of the best 25 nurses. I'd like to thank my nominator for recognizing what I do professionally and what I do to help the community through my professional organization, PINASA. Congratulations to all the nominees of the best 25 nurses of South Central Texas, and most especially to all the winners. We share the same passion on what we do as nurses, and it is recognized today. Mabuhay tayong lahat!
Our next awardee, Dr. Sarah Williams. Her nominator wrote, "For over 15 years, she has served as a role model and mentor for over 500 nursing students and novice nurses where 65% were students of color, many of whom were first in their families to attend college. She helped to close the gap in health disparities among African American and Hispanic populations on the east side of San Antonio. She coordinated with local wellness clinics and middle schools to provide immunizations for 17 low-income students, mostly of color. During the pandemic, her services as a grief recovery specialist are in demand from community groups where many suffer from depression and isolation. Congratulations."
I'm Dr. Sarah Williams. I have been practicing nursing for over 50 years, and I'm a proud veteran who served in the United States Air Force for over 30 years, which was most of my adult life. After retiring from the military, I transitioned into academia and taught nursing, and I was a program director here at the University of the Incarnate Word. Then after 14 years, I retired again and I transitioned to doing mostly community-based volunteer work. On a more personal note, I'm divorced and I have nieces and nephews that I love like my own, and I have a cute little cat that rules the roost in my house. I'm so honored that the San Antonio Nursing Consortium selected me as one of the best 25 nurses in South Central Texas. I give praise and accolades to those innovative nurses who created this idea to bring together the professional organizations in this region of Texas to collaborate and connect with the goal of enhancing healthcare for communities in this region. Special thanks to my good friend and my colleague who nominated me, And thanks again for San Antonio Nursing Consortium for selecting me. My 3 greatest contributions are as follows. First is service to my country. If I had to, I will do it all over again. That experience prepared me for so much of what I have done in nursing over the years. My next great contribution was working with nurses who did not have bachelor's degrees in nursing, mostly associate or diploma degrees in nursing. It was my greatest reward to see the light bulb light up when they recognized the value of having a bachelor's degree. My 3rd greatest contribution is the work I have done with underserved populations in developing countries such as Zambia, Ethiopia, and Tanzania. Working with these caregivers and teachers helped them to train children and adults to cope with the grief associated with death caused by HIV/AIDS that ravaged these countries over the past 2 decades. I will continue to do community-based services to make a difference in those communities where there is a need to enhance access to care. And again, thank you once again for selecting me for this award.
We would like to take a break to hear from some of our generous sponsors who helped make this event possible.
We're Chiesi, investing in innovative therapies for rare diseases and the most vulnerable of patients in your community and across the globe. Your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones. Chiesi, for more than 80 years, people and ideas for innovation in healthcare.
In 1935, on the heels of the Great Depression, members of our community came together to start a credit union. They saw a cooperative as a better way to directly impact the lives of friends, families, and people in the neighborhoods they called home. Today, while so much is changing around us, one thing remains as it's always been. Credit Human is still focused on what's best for our members, not shareholders. So every dollar deposited here stays in our community. That's essential to our mission, helping the people and businesses we serve build and maintain the financial slack they need, and avoid the harmful effects of financial stress that too many struggle to manage in their day-to-day lives. It's simple, really. When you improve the lives of the people in a community, you improve the community. We believe that's how you make a better world, starting right here at home. Credit Human. Today, tomorrow, together.
Welcome, I'm Hector Rodriguez and I'm a Sandler coach and trainer. Here at Sandler, we are a sales growth advisor providing sales training and consulting for growing companies. I speak with hundreds of successful leaders on an annual basis, and some of their biggest concerns is revolved around achieving consistent sales growth. Some of the things that stall their growth are long sales cycles, lack of a process, acting in their comfort zone, poor prospecting, or client attrition. I teach companies how to sell systematically and how to mold their salespeople's habits. If you want a better team, become a better leader. I'm Hector with Sandler Training.
Sizewise designs, manufactures, and distributes state-of-the-art medical equipment in the USA. We are dedicated to advancing patient care and promoting caregiver safety. We have more than 25 years experience engineering specialty surfaces, bed frames, and mobility devices to meet the needs of bariatric, geriatric, pediatric, and standard patient populations. With 65 branches across the country and 24/7, 365 service availability, Sizewise is prepared to support facilities with both rental and capital equipment.
Good afternoon. Jennifer Perlmutter, the CNO at Southwest General Hospital. Here today to share with you my excitement of Southwest General Hospital, and we're so proud of how we are growing and excelling and serving our patients on the south side of San Antonio. This year has been proven to be a very challenging time for nursing. The Southwest General Nursing team has stepped up to that challenge and exceeded in caring for our patients in this. I am so proud of everything that they have done to help our patients and families. This award is very special because it is a recognition for all the hard work. It gives us a chance to pull out the special people who do great work every day and give them their special day to celebrate themselves.
Hello, San Antonio. I'm Chris Sloan, and I'm the Vice President of Operations at Southwest General Hospital. I wanted to take a moment to express my extreme gratitude to all of the nurses at Southwest Medical Center. Their dedication to our patients and the trusted rapport that they build with our community really makes us a special organization and one that we are very proud to hold in the highest esteem. People don't come to the hospital to hang out. They come because they're in a place of need. Our nurses recognize that need, and they deliver the health care and support to not only the patient, but their family members. Their ability to give themselves, to bring people to a better place, really is a mark of something special, and our nurses at Southwest General exemplify that trait.
I want to thank you for all that you do every day. It is a special person that takes on the profession of nursing.
Rose Caballero has 51 years of nursing experience and currently works at Communicare Health Clinic, based in the barrio that is less than half a mile from where she grew up. Mrs. Caballero is also a past recipient of the Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas.
And now it is my honor and privilege to announce the following awardees. Dr. Celestina Bryson is a person who cherishes and respects the importance of knowledge and education. Dr. Bryson wholeheartedly believes in fairness, equity, and justice for all. She instills in everyone the motto, care like family. She was instrumental and a vital part of the healthcare team that supported one of the first 4 patients in the country to receive a double lung transplant. She believes in mentorship and service, not only through her military career, but in her personal life. She is a vigorous and vibrant role model who is the epitome of what it truly takes to be a nurse. Congratulations. Now let's hear from Dr. Celestina Bryson.
Hello, my name is Dr. Celestina Bryson, and I am so honored to receive this award from the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. First, I would like to thank many people in my life who have allowed me to achieve this honor, starting with many fellow nursing colleagues and physicians that have helped to guide my path. As you know, it is difficult to achieve any success in life without a wonderful team around you, and this occasion is no different. I am very thankful for my nursing colleagues at Methodist Hospital that have allowed me to serve our patients like family. If I may take a moment to share with you a story that really shapes what I believe to be the calling of my nursing profession. As we all know, it's been a very tumultuous and difficult time living through this pandemic. I had the blessing to be part of a unit who was created out of these difficult times to serve and care for a very difficult patient population. Our unit was one of very few high acuity intensive care units who had the ability to deliver ECMO therapy to frankly save the lives of some who may not have otherwise lived. Through these times, our unit not only saved lives to be part of the first 10 double lung transplants in the nation, we also were able to be part of many amazing, great moments, to include helping a couple to get married, helping a mom deliver a baby. Those were just a few. We did all of this by serving and caring like family. With 26 years of nursing experience, my passion has always been to not only deliver high quality, compassionate care, but to help my colleagues grow so that we can continue this excellent care for years to come. It is my great honor to be able to accept this award, and I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Now, our next awardee is Sandra Gallegos, who rose to be charge nurse, manager, director of perioperative services, and most recently named an administrative director of surgical services. Compassionate caring is woven into her DNA. She is a role model to all. She uses her words wisely and usually asks you poignant questions until you derive a solution. Sandy assists the community by training all of PAT and holding to perform COVID tests. Win or lose, we are very fortunate to have her as a leader, her nominee said, mentor and friend. Congratulations to her.
Hi, my name is Sandy Gallegos. I am the Administrative Director of Surgical Services at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan in San Antonio, Texas. I'm proud to note that I recently celebrated my 39th anniversary with the facility. I have remained at my hospital due to the diversity of our patients and the just culture that we have built. Our mission statement is serving humanity to honor God by providing exceptional and cost-effective health care accessible to all. This mission is what keeps me grounded and helps me return to work day in and day out. The diverse population of our Center City Hospital is both exciting and challenging at the same time. The leadership team that I work with has been so supportive during this pandemic. It's made our team that much closer. As for my family, I'm the youngest of 11 children. My husband, Richard, retired from teaching English in the San Antonio Independent School District. We've been married for over 31 years, and we have a son, Michael, who is a local artist and currently works for a nonprofit organization. And of course, I have to mention Miss Pucci Ann Gallegos, our 13-year-old Chihuahua, who rules our home. We have a large, close-knit family who truly misses our gatherings during this pandemic. More than anything, we miss those hugs and abrazos that is common to our Hispanic culture. I'm grateful and honored to receive this award. More important, I feel that every nurse that has provided care throughout this pandemic should share in this honor. Our team has relied heavily on each other, not only to take care of patients, but also to support our well-being. I'm fortunate to lead a team of 120 employees that makes up surgical services. During COVID, I led a team to inventory and issue PPE throughout the facility. My team was the first in the Methodist system to have a COVID-positive surgical patient, so we set the groundwork for future patients. We set up guidelines and protocols that grew as we continued to learn all that the pandemic brought. CNO strong for 4 years in a row. My near future plan is to continue to mentor and grow our team and lead it to excel to its fullest capacity. As I reach my final years of nursing, I hope to have left a successful team that prides themselves in always being the best. Our surgical patients are fully dependent on us to be advocates, and they deserve no less than top-notch nursing care. Thank you to the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for this recognition.
Our next nominee is said to, through her leadership qualities, Grace Bacco, BSN-RN, is always working to develop new and innovative ways to achieve patient, unit, and organization goals while promoting collaboration between care providers. These leadership qualities and her calm, confident demeanor have made Grace a role model, not only for nurses, but also for the physician trainees that are learning within the NICU. Grace also shows compassionate caregiving and supports the spiritual needs of family when confronting end-of-life and palliative decisions. Grace is an active volunteer in her church and community agencies. As an experienced preceptor who generally trains new graduate nurses, Grace noticed the need for a more comprehensive and systematic initial training of new graduates on the multitude of disciplines and programs interwoven in NICU care. She worked with the unit educator to develop and refine an education program for new graduates. Congratulations to you.
Good afternoon. My name is Grace Bacco, and I am humbled and honored to be chosen as one of the 25 best nurses of South Central Texas. When I asked my sons to describe me, they said I am demanding and with unconditional love. When I asked those whom I precepted, they said I am stern, thorough, and always striving for excellence. I have been a nurse for 32 years, 24 of that is in the NICU. I started nursing back home in the Philippines. I worked in a private hospital before I had the privilege to work in one of the mission hospitals prior to coming to the U.S. My first experience working in the U.S. was when they placed us in border city of Brownsville. I worked there for 10 years. I worked in different units such as med-surg, day surgery, GI lab, recovery unit, and acute nursing skilled facility. I started working in the NICU at the prompting of a good friend of mine. Before that, I never knew NICU existed. I was gifted with such wonderful mentors and leadership that supported and molded me and empowers me to become who I am today. NICU holds a special place in my heart because we are making an impact on our patients and families in such tremendous ways. We advocate for them. They cannot talk, so we become their voices. We have the privilege to be there for their families in such time of uncertainties, death, grief, as well as celebrating with them with each little progress their baby makes. The care that our patients receive in the NICU is reflected on the outcome when they go home and continue to grow. We call them our NICU survivor. It is humbling to be part of that. In my practice, I have been a magnet champion, a preceptor, a committee advocate, mentor, confidant, facilitator on our NICU orientation, and a new trauma-informed care advocate. I would like to thank the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for this recognition. More power to the leadership of this organization.
Next, we have Gerard Santo Domingo. He is an influential leader with an excellent background in patient care, management, and hospital administration. He is a dynamic individual who possesses exceptional intellectual ability to make critical decisions and has earned such great respect for his impeccable problem-solving and decision-making skills. He is committed to lifelong learning and has plans of pursuing his DNP. His leadership skills are outstanding, and he possesses a unique sense of humility, recognizes that each employee has the potential to make a substantial and unique contribution to nursing. He is a strong advocate for patients and always demonstrates the highest regard for patient safety and care within the hospital setting. Congratulations to you.
Hi everyone, I am Gerard Santo Domingo, Patient Care Coordinator from University Health System. I am thrilled and honored to be accepting this award as one of the best 25 nurses of South Central Texas, sponsored by the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. Being surrounded and mentored by the great leaders in the University Health System showed me where I would want to take my path as a nurse. I am now a nurse leader who truly has passion for educating and guiding future nurse leaders that would be of help in shaping and honing great minds and creating great impact in our profession. I am also the president of the San Antonio Psychiatric Nurses Association that aims to bring in all the psychiatric nurses in our city to reach the common goals of fighting against the stigma of our psychiatric patient population, educate and provide free psychiatric informational support services to the masses, and be the voice of psychiatric patients and their families seeking access to quality, affordable, and coordinated care. Let us all remember that climbing every rung of the professional ladder is a success in itself, as it brings you one step to your goal. And that is why every promotion and every responsibility is taken up and the recognitions achieved should be celebrated with pomp and gaiety. So for all of my family and friends, co-nominees, co-Best 25 winners, colleagues in Psychiatry and Med 7 unit, SAPNA members, and all of the nurses who have been working tirelessly and unselfishly during the time of pandemic, I offer and share this award with all of you. Let us all celebrate, and congratulations to all of us.
Then we have Mason, who has been an inspiration to know. He is a role model to many people, including me, says his nominator. He is the president for the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association and provides opportunities for an inclusive environment where nurses from various Asian descents can participate and excel. This year, he spearheaded a campaign to provide donations to the vulnerable homeless population of San Antonio. He is an extremely compassionate caregiver and proves as much since he won the Wheezy Angels Award this year for safety and compassion in nursing. He significantly contributes to the world of healthcare by teaching nurses to achieve higher accreditation and certification. We need to honor and recognize these types of nurses. They are the backbone of our community. Congratulations to you, Mason.
My name is Sam Merchant, and I am the president of San Antonio Indian Nurses Association, the fastest growing nursing association in San Antonio. And I'm also the hospital supervisor at University Hospital here in San Antonio. My parents always taught me to not let my left hand know what my right hand is doing. In essence, they were teaching me not to brag about the good things I do every day. And that has stayed with me throughout my adult years. Hence, I want to thank my mentors and nominators who saw the exceptional work that I do with my team every day and decided to nominate me. Thank you to the judges who felt my story and work was compelling enough for this recognition. As a hospital supervisor at University Hospital, I plan to continue to transform healthcare here in San Antonio and Bexar County. As the president of San Antonio Indian Nurses Association, I plan to continue to work of transformation in nursing education, professional development, and leadership by forging relationships with organizations like Asian American Alliance of San Antonio, South Alamo Regional Alliance for the Homeless, and Restore Education, which SANA is member of. I want to thank my formal and informal mentors like Dr. Nelson Tuazon, Dr. Tommy Austin, Dr. Yolanda Lee, Dr. Jeffrey Doucette, Dr. Joyce Batchelor, Dr. Pat Yoderwise, and Dr. Sylvain Trepanier for always mentoring me. Thank you to my dad who is watching over me from heaven. Thank you to my lovely mom and my wonderful husband who has been my pillar as I serve the community of Bexar County. Congratulations to all the winners of Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. Thank you.
We then come upon Dr. Rhonda Gottlieb, who is a director of clinical health at the Health Services Office at the University of the Incarnate Word, one of the city's largest Hispanic-serving institutions. Rhonda played a vital role in creating an evidence-based plan for preventing the spread of COVID-19, devising methods for screening, conducting contact tracing, infection management, isolation, quarantining, and mentoring. She has a significant leadership role in coordinating the campus response within the San Antonio Metropolitan Health Department, monitored activity across the other United States college campuses, communicated with experts on best practices, all with an eye towards maximizing safety and health on campuses and the larger aim of preventing the campus from becoming a hotspot that would threaten the larger vulnerable populations of San Antonio. She demonstrates excellence and the critical value that a nurse can bring to managing a crisis. Wow, congratulations to you.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Gottlieb, and I'm the Director of Clinical Health at the University of the Incarnate Word. I am humbled and honored to be named one of the best 25 nurses in South Central Texas. I would describe myself as ambitious, compassionate, and flexible. I am fortunate to work for a company that's mission promotes helping those in need and service to the community. I try to live by that mission by promoting health and wellness throughout the community. I've been able to mentor future health professionals, complete evidence-based projects that improve quality of care, and organize community outreach projects. I recently completed a program that focused on identifying at-risk college students. It was important to identify students who may be experiencing depression as a result of leaving home for the first time, academic pressures, and social pressures. This program screens college students for depression and connects those at risk with mental health professionals. My future plans are to continue to grow and expand opportunities to collaborate with other healthcare professionals and to promote health and wellness in the community. I want to thank my nominator and all of my mentors who have helped me reach this point in my career. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners of the Best 25 Nurses.
Our next awardee, while serving in the Army Nurse Corps for over 26 years, Dr. Marta Vives started as a registered nurse, then as a psychiatric advanced practice nurse, a preceptor, faculty, and mentor, which helped develop her leadership qualities. She is an active member of university-wide clinical interprofessional education task force, representing 5 schools collaborating to educate, plan, and implement clinical IPE at University of Texas Health. She also provides virtual health education to family nurse practitioner students in a remote location in Texas who provide care to an underserved population at the border. She provides psychiatric care to include medication management and psychotherapy to women at CHCS, a vulnerable population of mothers and their infants suffering from substance abuse, to patients at Jewish Family Services, and employees and students at the nurse-led UT Health Wellness 30 Clinic. She is a compassionate leader who is on the cutting edge advocating for psych mental health. Congratulations to you.
I am Dr. Marta Vives, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner and faculty at UT Health School of Nursing in San Antonio, Texas. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. I joined the Army Nurse Corps in 1992 and served honorably for over 26 years, caring for service members, veterans, and their families. The obvious challenges came in the form of deployment and being away from family, but becoming a champion in my field and growing into a professional who personally overcame social injustice and now strives to be an advocate who promotes equality and inclusion has been my most honorable accomplishment. Today, the reward continues as I can instill new knowledge to student nurses who also strive to make a difference in the population suffering from mental illness. As a practicing clinician, I take pride in providing behavioral health services to our diversified community. I am deeply honored to receive this award. A special thank you to Dr. Jackie McGrath for nominating me and the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for selecting me. Receiving this award goes beyond my own efforts. Therefore, I would like to extend the same accolades to the millions of nurses, physicians, and healthcare professionals who are at the front line fighting the devastating physical and emotional effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, to the heroes at our School of Nursing and organizations across the nation participating in the vaccination effort, I want to say to them directly, thank you, and know that your sacrifice does not go unnoticed. My plan is to continue to provide state-of-the-art healthcare services, upholding the UT Health School of Nursing mission and vision of promoting health as an act of social justice, and to continue to be a role model for my students and the nursing profession in general.
Following this awardee, we see Mary Stopper, a BSN RN who has become a mentor and a leader that inspires others to strive for more through her dedication and commitment to the NICU. She is the most compassionate, caring, and genuine nurse that I have ever met, her nominee says. She advocates for new graduates and is always willing to teach, assist, and aid in the improvements of the care of the patients, while at the same time caring for her elderly father, disabled son, and her granddaughter who all live with her. Mary led the hospital in collecting for the San Antonio Food Bank and managed to get 14,000 pounds of food donated. Mary has assisted in the NICU in level designation this year and teaches stable courses to the outlying hospitals in the area. She also assisted in the development of the NICU onboarding tool. Congratulations to you, Mary.
I am so honored, humbled, and surprised by this recognition. It took me a while to take it in. I want to thank Metropolitan Methodist Hospital Neonatal ICU for the recognition and the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for the honor. I want to thank all of the NICU staff who give their all every day and make my job a calling. I especially want to thank my 3 sons who saw me through nursing school prerequisites, then nursing school, then my long shifts, who were understanding when we had to postpone special celebrations and continue to support me as I serve the community. The neonatal ICU is a safer place to work during this pandemic. We hear about our frontline colleagues, but never truly understand what is going on. Recently, I was pulled to an adult unit, and it was extremely busy. I was compelled to make one staff member's life a little bit better for the day. So after 21 years of NICU, I jumped into sponge bathing adult patients, changing linens on beds, and answering call lights. I was so touched by the hard work of these adult staff members, and it provided me a better perspective as a NICU nurse. I hope I was able to make the day a little easier for one of those adult care nurses. I plan to continue to inspire and support my community, such as the San Antonio Food Bank drive I organized and Metro NICU sponsored as a hospital-wide drive. Metropolitan Methodist excelled in collecting over 11,000 pounds of food and $1,000 cash donation in 1 month, although our goal was 500 pounds. This recognition has re-sparked me to continue my education and to continue my community service for years to come. Thank you again for this recognition.
Then we talk about Claudia, who works in nursing units reserved for inmates. Over the past year and during the challenging times of COVID, Claudia has written policies and guidelines governing all aspects of CAU patients and units, including admissions and discharge processes, handling of feeding, rooming, and many more. Her efforts have contributed to greater than 100% staff retention rate over the last 5 years. She serves patients with sympathy and compassion, regardless of their background. A patient who was once admitted in CAU for over 1 year called me on the day he was released from jail and was discharged. He wanted to talk to me about Claudia. Among the things he said was, "Claudia is a great nurse, a great human being. I was a hardened criminal, but my stay here with Claudia has given me back my humanity. Congratulations to you, Claudia."
I am Claudia Lopez. I would describe myself as honest, humble, determined, and caring. I come from immigrant roots and was always taught to work twice as hard. Honesty makes me be accountable for what I do and the decisions that I make. This helps me be a better nurse, not only for my patients, but also for my team. I have a good sense of self-awareness and like to reflect on what I do every day at the bedside. Reflecting helps me be a better nurse for the diverse patient population that I have the honor of taking care of. My determination has brought me to this very moment, and I am grateful to be a nurse and work alongside a great group of people. I am honored to receive this award. It is not every day that you are recognized for doing what you love to do, caring for the community. I have contributed to developing new guidelines and processes for my unit that provide education about our patient population and how our unit functions. This in turn improves patient care and outcomes. I am a resource for my team and like to see myself as a role model. My future plans include continued professional growth. I would like to develop new leadership skills and would like to advance my knowledge through obtaining a certification in correctional health care and work towards a master's degree. Congratulations to all the awardees.
Then we want to know about our following awardee. Romeo Escobar, RN, BC, is not new to psychiatric nursing. His leadership qualities include his skills as a charge nurse, preceptor, facilitator, trainer, and chairperson in various unit-based, system-based, and community-based organizations. Romeo is a sole trainer for SAMA component for the whole university health system for over a year. As a certified psychiatric nurse, Romeo is an excellent nurse that values not only patient safety, but the management of the staff, not only to university health system, but also to the community. Romeo is viewed as a giving person by his subordinates. He even buys dinner and treats for everyone. Congratulations to you, Romeo.
Hello and good evening. It's an honor for me to be receiving this award as one of the top 25 nurses of South Central Texas. I would like to take this time to graciously thank those individuals who nominated me for this award and recognition. I'm fortunate enough to be working for a dynamic organization that has fostered my growth as a healthcare provider and has allowed me to practice in an environment that exemplifies teamwork, leadership, but also healing and compassion. As a board-certified psychiatric mental health nurse, I can tell you that in today's climate, mental health awareness is paramount. The reality is that more individuals with pre-diagnosed psychiatric conditions are seeking treatment, not only for mental health issues, but for medical issues as well, and that's wonderful. But this also sets challenges for healthcare providers engaging those individuals in a non-behavioral setting. Through the use of de-escalation tools and crisis management programs such as SAMA and collaboration with various departments, my goal is to make strides in education and teaching our healthcare providers system-wide and across the board on how to manage patients experiencing an emotional crisis. As a healthcare provider, you deserve to practice in a safe working environment, and as a patient, you deserve to heal in that same safe healing environment. Again, thank you so much for this award and the recognition in my commitment to continue advocating for a patient population that can't always advocate for themselves, and congratulations to all of those winners as well.
We would like to take a break to hear from some of our generous sponsors who helped make this event possible.
In a world of constantly evolving pathogens, you can't leave disinfection to chance. You can't fight what you can't see, but you can strike it. Introducing the Xenex Light Strike robot. It does just one thing. Deactivates deadly pathogens fast. Its germ-zapping, broad-spectrum UV has made it the most widely adopted disinfection robot ever created. Why use a Light Strike robot to disinfect? Simple. Manual cleaning leaves as much as 60% of surfaces not disinfected. You can't kill the germs you miss, but this can. You see, the Johns Hopkins doctors that created Light Strike knew that a true and comprehensive UV solution does more than just strike down pathogens. It gives doctors, nurses, and patients hope in the constant battle against germs and the certainty to focus on what's most important. In fact, the Light Strike disinfects a room somewhere in the world every 4.7 seconds. Leading hospitals have chosen Xenex and published over 40 peer-reviewed studies proving that the Light Strike's patented UV can disinfect what you can't see. That's why the best hotels, stadiums, transportation hubs, and schools all trust the power of Light Strike to help them destroy the worst pathogens we know of today and the ones we'll find tomorrow. When you can't leave disinfection to chance, call in Light Strike, because what you can't see isn't gone until you strike it.
Through these tough times, our team came together to serve our community by being prepared.
So what we have today is set up what it would look like, and this is our mock trial just to see what happens and how it's working and make sure that this process is running efficiently so that when we're ready to turn it on, we have it.
Some of our blood drives have been canceled, so we're trying to urge people to come and donate here at the hospital.
So today what we're doing is we're testing a prototype known as the adaptable emergency ventilator that would help us get the patient to adequately breathe. What we're testing today is to make sure that when we are delivering these compressions that we're doing enough to deliver a good breath for them to ventilate them.
By providing the latest information.
The coronavirus will last varying amounts of time depending on a number of factors. So heat, sunlight exposure, the type of surface. So if it's clothing, it's going to be a fabric as opposed to a solid surface.
Some of the early evidence we've learned from China and the World Health Organization is that pregnant women do not appear to have as high a mortality rate as other patients, or at least not as worse.
People who have a history of heart disease and hypertension and stroke do have reasons to be concerned about COVID-19.
By encouraging those in the front lines.
My main message is actually to show my support for every individual person in this hospital to make it through this time.
By being resourceful and creative.
We have also developed an N95 respirator alternative, and it is made of surgical draping and an air conditioner filter material, and very similar to what is used to make the N95.
Without you, none of these things would be possible. Thank you for thinking beyond.
And now, the next set of awardees. Toby Williams. Mr. Williams leads by example and is a role model for the nurses as well as the ancillary staff. He makes sure that policies are followed by the staff. Patient and staff safety are number one. He remains calm and is ready to help during any and all emergencies, as well as day-to-day business of running a calm and efficient nursing unit. He loves the community. He helps the San Antonio Food Bank Drive, and when presented with his HEB gift card twice a year, he donates them to someone who is in greater need than himself and his family. He cleaned out closets to donate directly to a family on the 5th floor.
I am Toby Williams. I have been a nurse for about 34 years and have spent the last 17 years working on the 5th floor Metropolitan Hospital. I humbly accept this recognition. Nursing is what I train for, nursing is what I get paid for, and nursing is what I love. I want to thank my co-workers who help me take care of our patients on a daily basis, Yvette and Dawn, my unit's director and manager respectively, who provide the leadership and the tools to do my job. Celeste, VP of Nursing, who often reminds me of the big picture of what is best for our patients overall. Thank you once again, and congratulations to all the other winners.
Mrs. Regina Caracat. She has over 30 years experience in nursing. She was one among the 9 nurses selected to Tenet Management Academy as an interdepartment nursing skill development instructor at Northeast Baptist Hospital. She helped new hires and ongoing employees to reassess and reestablish their care delivery skills. She speaks English, Malayalam, Hindi, Marathi, and Arabic. She is one of the founding leaders of San Antonio Indian Nurses Association, or SANA. She took leadership to conduct 2 nursing conferences under the SANA banner. She has been serving as the Director of Religious Education at St. Anthony's Nyaya Catholic Church.
Hello, I am
Regina Karakat. I have worked as a nurse for the past 30 years across the world. From India to Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and here in the US, I have followed my passion of healing and helping my patients and my community. I worked as an RN, manager, and supervisor in labor and delivery and women's service in Baptist Health System, and now I serve our veterans in the OD Murphy VA Hospital's inpatient psych unit. I'm so thrilled and excited for getting this award. Thank you so much to the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for making this possible. I am an active participant in the community and serve as the Executive Vice President of the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association. Through SAINA, I am able to see the tangible change we can bring to our city by being passionate nurses and compassionate human beings. I am an active member of the multiple organizations and participate in my church activities as the Director of Religious Education at my church. I take an active role in shaping our kids and youth to be productive and effective members for our community and for our nation. The first priority in my life, however, has always been my family. They are my strength and my support in everything I do. I have received multiple awards throughout my career, like the Daisy Award, Exemplary Nursing Award, and more from both the community and from my hospitals. However, I have been humbled by the passion, the effort, and the love I see everybody by our nurses, especially in these pandemic times. I encourage and support all my fellow nurses and hope we all can thrive together. Once again, thank you to the San Antonio Nursing Consortium for this great honor. Thank you.
Ms. Darlene Carozzo. She has been a registered nurse for over 30 years. She has worked for HCA for 13 years and at Methodist Hospital for the past 7 years. She has served as secretary for the Friends of Ostomates Worldwide, co-chair of Methodist Hospital Professional Practice Committee, member of Methodist Division Professional Practice Committee, chair of the Skincare Committee, and is currently on the board of the local AACN for Community Services. She has also led several pressure injury prevalence studies for Methodist Hospital. She was the education representative for the Retention and Recruitment Committee. She is the committee member for the TNA District 8 Image Maker and the AACN Society, as well as the Tonal Society.
Hello, my name's Darlene Caruso, and I'm the director of the Intermediate Medical Surgical Unit at Methodist Hospital. I want to take this moment to thank the San Antonio Nursing Consortium and the person who nominated me for this prestigious award. I've been a nurse for 30 plus years, and the reason I became a nurse was when I was younger, my grandfather had a problem with his gallbladder, and I knew I couldn't take care of him unless I knew where the gallbladder was. That's when I decided I needed to become a nurse so that I could take care of him whenever he got sick. There are two other things that stand out to me in nursing, and that is that nurses should always continue their education for themselves and also for their patients, to educate their patients on what they need to know as well. I had one patient who had an ostomy and could not be able to get out of her house for 7 months because of a constant leaking ostomy. When she came to see me, she was in such despair, but then I got her fitted for a pouch, and she was able to just go to the grocery store and just go there and come home without having to worry about anything. She even rewarded me with cookies from Tiff's Treats, so that really made it a great surprise for me that someone really valued what I did for them. Another one was I had a nurse who I precepted, and she came back and told me that the reason she's the nurse she is today is because of me and what I did for her when she was a new nurse. And now she's precepting other nurses and has become a nurse leader herself. Again, I'd like to thank the San Antonio Nursing Consortium and the person who nominated me for this prestigious award. Thank you all so very much.
Noemi Toledo. Staff retention and positive patient outcomes are among her significant contributions. Her unit has for over 2 years without club Cs and COTIs. She has been working as a charge nurse for almost 20 years. Her nominator remembered one occasion when she was taking care of a patient in end of life with no family member at the bedside. After her shift ended, she went home and came back to stay with the patient while off the clock. 6 hours later, the patient died with her holding his hand. In 2020, she twice received a DAISY nomination and a Nursing Excellence Award.
I'm Naomi Toledo from 9 General Medicine, University Hospital. I was a graduate midwife and nursing was my second course. But I guess I love nursing and been a nurse for 33 years. I have to brag a little bit of working at University Hospital for 26 years. They truly take care of their people and it feels like family every time I work there. I am greatly honored to receive this prestigious award from the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to be recognized on the kind of work that I love to do. I still enjoy coming to work, providing good quality care to our patients, and hoping to continue giving my service till my body says stop. Thank you for my mentors, George and Chidi, and to my director, Golda, who believe and trust my knowledge and skills. Again, thank you, San Antonio Nursing Consortium.
Ms. Caria. Ms. Caria has been nurturing people since 2004. Her active participation in Unit-Based Council for Process Improvement makes a significant impact on patient and staff satisfaction. She was one of the panelists at the International Nurses Conference that took place a few weeks ago. She received the Nursing Excellence Award in 2018, nominated for Best Nurse of the Unit Award. She also received multiple nominations for the DAISY Award. New staff liked as her mentor because she is very detailed and has thorough clinical knowledge and skills. Once again, congratulations to all the awardees.
Hello and a very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Anuskaria. Primarily, I'm a bedside nurse with over 16 years of experience in inpatient care. I'm currently working in a medical surgical unit taking care of COVID-19 patients at University Health System, San Antonio. I graduated from Delhi University, India with a bachelor's degree in nursing. I have worked in many clinical care areas, including medical intensive care, step-down, telemetry, and medical surgical units. I am holding 2 certifications, one in progressive care and the other one in critical care. I graduated recently from Walden University with a master's degree in nursing. I am very honored to receive this award. I don't think I've done anything exceptional besides being a nurse, just like my colleagues. When I am surrounded by people who are excellent in what they do, as in exceptional patient care and service to the needy, there is nothing else I can do other than at least try my level best to reach up to their level of providing service. I thank all my colleagues and my unit's leadership from 5ACU, University Hospital, for their guidance and constant support to shape me to be worthy to receive such an honor. I thank the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association for being a role model to provide care and service to the community. I feel very proud by the thought that I can help people in their most difficult times when others, even their family, cannot. This is very evident more than ever in such a pandemic like COVID-19, especially when patients are alone and separated from their loved ones. So I plan to continue taking care of the sick and the needy in all the ways possible to the best of my abilities, wherever I am in collaboration with my team. And once again, I really appreciate the San Antonio Nursing Consortium and all the judges for providing me with this prestigious award. And congratulations to all the nominees and winners of 2020 Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas. And thank you.
We would like to take a break to hear from some of our generous sponsors who helped make this event possible.
Good afternoon. My name is Kristen Lemmels. I'm the Chief Nurse Executive for the Baptist Health System. According to Florence Nightingale, 2020 was to be the year of the nurse. Who would have imagined that the entire world would experience a pandemic? Over the course of the last 11 months, Baptist Health System nurses have risen to the occasion and displayed professionalism, dedication, and compassion to our community. From the onset of the pandemic, nurses have worked tirelessly, yet continue to motivate and embrace their peers. In San Antonio, our community is diverse, and therefore Baptist Health System is diverse. Our diverse staff bring fresh perspectives to our workplace. We empower our employees to recognize those special talents, therefore creating a culture of inclusion, respect, and equality. BHS acknowledges and embraces the uniqueness of each individual. This fosters a culture where everyone is accepted, heard, and respected. Our diversity, equality, and inclusion have helped BHS through this pandemic. The spirit of our employees is strong because we embrace, value, and respect each other. Thank you so much from the Baptist Health System.
Hello, I'm excited to have the opportunity to recognize our nominees of the Best 25 South Central Texas. It is truly an honor when a patient, a colleague, or a leader takes the time to nominate you. And this year specifically, we're looking for contributions to diversity, inclusion, and equity. Methodist Healthcare is very proud to be a sponsor and supporter of the Best 25 since its inception in 2018. So thank you, nominees, for all that you do, the contributions that you make as a role model, as a leader, service to our community, and as a compassionate caregiver. Methodist Healthcare is one of the most preferred and respected employers and hospitals providing care in our community. We have over 11,000 employees who are connected through our mission of serving humanity to honor God. I also serve as the president for Texas Organization for Nurse Leadership, and I'm very excited that the South Central Texas Organization for Nursing Leadership is one of the co-founders for our nursing consortium that founded the Best 25. This year, due to what's going on in our community, we'll be hosting this event virtually on January 30th from 4 to 6:30 through multiple social venues. So once again, thank you to each of you nominees for the contributions that you've made this year.
Hi everyone, my name is Laura Batts Townsend. I am the co-founder and president of Louise H. Batts Patient Safety Foundation. We are so honored to be a part of this event coming up with the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there this past week to videotape in person, so we're doing this at home. I was diagnosed with COVID about 12 days ago, and I actually, was at University Health System, and I want to thank everybody so much for helping me. And my husband and I went down to get care, and Tommy Austin and greeted us, at the door and got us in. And Randy and Shelby were amazing nurses for us and took such great care of us, and really dotted every I, crossed every T, and made us too nervous. Well, me nervous, a nervous patient, feel very comfortable and very safe. And we just felt exceptionally well treated. And it was just, we were so thankful for all the help that that you gave us, and so I'm just going down this COVID journey right now on the road to recovery, and it makes me think about just really everything that we are to this point with the Patient Safety Foundation. It reminds me of my mom and brings me back a little bit to why we believe patient safety and education and quality of care is so important and something that we advocate for every day. When my mom was in the hospital getting treatment and for a knee surgery, I have to say she didn't get that treatment, the feeling like you were loved and being taken care of, and I felt like Shelby and Randy made us feel like we're part of the family. When we were there, this past week, and when my mom was in the hospital, it was a totally different experience for us, and that's what we've been trying to change for the past 11 years. Is that if we had a different experience and we were made to feel part of the team and we were made to feel safe and that we could ask questions and we could have maybe helped catch some of the errors that had happened. And so it was wonderful to be having the help this past week, and this is why the BATS Foundation is so honored to be a part of this event and to be giving the Patient Safety Award to Claudia Lopez this year, which we're so excited. First of all, we had, I think I read maybe like 15 to 20 stories of nurses from San Antonio and the amazing work that everybody is doing in patient safety and education and quality of care for patients, and it's everybody deserves an award, so it's so hard to pick one. But when I was reading Claudia's story and how she takes care of the inmates that come to University Health System, and I was and the story that I was told, and even a story from one of the inmates that she served, and how it touched his life and how he knew he wanted to be a better person from her care and treating him like a human being, just really struck a chord with me. Is that every patient, no matter what, when they come to the hospital, they're a human being, and that we should all be treated in the same way and the same quality of care, and that everybody has hopes and dreams. And I thought that was just really wonderful to read, and that I know that I'm lucky and blessed to have gotten the care that I got, because I was so fortunate, but everybody should be as fortunate as I was a week and a half ago, every single time. And it was wonderful that university and Claudia is doing that for every single patient. It doesn't matter who you are, with your race, your gender, your socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter. We all have families that we want to get home to. We all want to be healthy and get better. And when we come into the hospital for you to take care of us, you become our family for those couple days, and we want to be part of that team. And there's nothing more that we want to do is be safe and to get out and to especially now with COVID. It's a scary thing. Everybody's scared. People don't know what's happening. And, I can definitely attest to that on this side. You feel like, you don't know what's going to happen. And having that support and care from the nurses and doctors has been just wonderful. And so I'm so happy for Claudia, and I'm so happy to give her this award. And I just thank you guys, everyone, for all that you do. And please don't stop. You're heroes. And I know that, we want to be your partners in care. So thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ms. Claudia, for your Patient Safety Award. We would also like to thank Ms. Laura Batts-Townsend for the Patient Safety Award and for always championing patient safety. So all throughout the program, we've been talking about the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, or SANC. But what is SANC? Who is SANC? Well, SANC is a consortium of up-to-date 15 professional nursing organizations. At this point, I would like to introduce the organizations. The first is the American Association of Critical Care Nurses, or AACN, San Antonio chapter. Current president is Susan Loyola. The mission of AACN is to advance the art and science of acute and critical care nursing within the community through mentorship, networking, education, and celebration, as well as recognition. Next organization is American Association of Neuroscience Nurses, or AANN, South Texas chapter. Its current president is Janine Yaya. The mission of AANN is to lead neuroscience health through engagement, education, and advocacy. The next organization is the Association of Women's Health, Obstetric, and Neonatal Nurses, San Antonio chapter. Its president is Terry Price. The mission of the organization is to empower and support nurses caring for women, newborns, and their families through research, education, and advocacy. The next organization is Centex-VAN, or the Central Texas Vascular Access Network. Its current president is Christina Gatmaitan. Centex-VAN's mission is to promote excellence in vascular access by improving patient care, reducing vascular access complications, and ensuring continuity of care across disciplines and in all patient care settings through education, networking, and collaboration. The next organization is ENA, or the Emergency Nurses Association, San Antonio chapter. Its current president is Curtis Townsend. The mission of ENA is to advocate patient safety and excellence in emergency nursing practice. The next organization is INSA, or the International Nursing Student Association. Its current president is Ms. Megan Rodriguez. INSA works to provide support for students, promote understanding of different cultures, and provide a venue where students from any cultural background can find a common ground. The next organization is NAN, or the National Association of Hispanic Nurses, San Antonio chapter. Current president is Norma Avitua Ovale. The mission of NAN is to work with the Hispanic community to maintain healthy lives through education and access to healthcare. The next organization is ONS, or the Oncology Nursing Society, San Antonio chapter. The current president is Catherine Mendez. The ONS mission states, "With minds that never stop learning, with hearts that never stop caring, with you, we are transforming cancer care for better forever." The next organization is PINASA, or the Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio. Its current president is Golda Manalili. The purpose of PINASA is to provide a structure that will uphold the professional positive image and foster the welfare of Filipino American nurses in San Antonio, Texas, and nearby counties. The next organization is SAINA, or the San Antonio Indian Nurses Association. Its current president is Misam Merchant. SAINA's mission is to serve as a professional body and resource for all licensed professional nurses of Indian descent or origin and heritage in San Antonio and South Texas. The next organization is SANA, or the San Antonio Nigerian Nurses Association. Its current president is Sandra Iwunzi. The mission of SANA is to improve the health and well-being of Nigerians at home and abroad. The next organization is SAPNA, or the San Antonio Psychiatric Nurses Association. Its current president is Gerard Santo Domingo. As a professional association organized to advance the science and education of psychiatric mental health nursing, SAPNA is committed to the specialty practice of psychiatric mental health nursing, health, wellness, and recovery promotion through identification of mental health issues, prevention of mental health problems, and the care and treatment of persons with psychiatric disorders. The next organization is the South Central Texas Organization of Nursing Leadership. Current president is Chadi Awad. The mission of the organization is to advocate and influence exceptional care delivery in South Central Texas through nurse leaders. The next organization is South Texas Association of Nursing Professional Development and Simulation. Its current president is Jenny Hines. The mission of this organization is to advance quality healthcare by defining and promoting nursing professional development practice in South Texas. Last but certainly not the least is TNA, or the Texas Nurses Association District 8. Its current president is Patricia Alvite. The mission of TNA is to empower Texas District 8 nurses to advance the profession. Thank you all 15 organizational members of SANC for your support to recognize the many works that nurses do in the community and to celebrate the best 25 nurses of South Central Texas. Good luck and more power.
Hello, everybody. What an honor and a privilege it has been to sponsor the San Antonio Nursing Consortium right here in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your story, your lives, and thank you for all the wonderful things that you have done for our community. It has been amazing just listening to all these wonderful stories from many of the nurses that came right here to Bonita Productions. Thank you for taking the time and saving lives and taking care of all of our people that have had a tough year in the past year of 2020. I also want to tell you a little bit about Bonita Productions. Bonita Productions is a full-scale production company right here in the heart of San Antonio, Texas. We are here to customize your needs from A to Z. We would love to be your voice and be able to work with you to take your company or your needs to the next level. My husband, David Monroe, and myself, Lorena Monroe, we are honored to support everything that has to do with education and everything that has to do with our community. Thank you for always supporting Bonita Productions. And thank you to the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, to all the nominees and all the winners. Everyone is a winner. Congratulations. Please don't forget to follow Bonita Productions and YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe. That way you can get notifications every time we have something to share. Please follow us on Facebook, Bonita Productions. Instagram, Bonita Natural. Bonita Natural is another company that I've had for many years, that it is absolutely a fun company for all my señoritas out there. Thank you very much for allowing Bonita Productions to be a part and partnering up with the San Antonio Nursing Consortium. Thank you.
I want to take a moment to thank our 2020 Best 25 Nurses of South Central Texas Committee. My wonderful co-chairs, Dr. Maria Danette Bloom and Ms. Rose Caballero. Thank you for your time and efforts in making this such a success. Countless hours and planning have gone into this event, and I am so proud of the work we have done together. To our awards committee, Gerard Santo Domingo, who developed our trophies for each of our winners. Our gift committee, Norma and Veronica, for their amazing work to gift our awardees with some swag. To our honorary co-chair, Dr. Tommy Austin, who has been a mentor and leader for our group. Dr. Nelson Toison, our founder of the San Antonio Nursing Consortium and the mastermind behind all that SANC accomplishes. Last, I want to thank Sam Merchant and Golda Manalili for their time spent behind the scenes of this event. Special thanks to Bonita Production for working shoulder to shoulder with us on this project. Together, they have flawlessly executed production of the event. We are so thankful for their work.
It has been a tradition for us to ask past winners of the best 25 nurses to be judges for our nominations. This year, we had such a great response, and the judges were phenomenal. They decided on our winners based on what each nominator wrote and truly picked the best of the best. Thank you to our judges for helping make this event possible.
Wow, what an event. Thank you all again for joining us virtually. And congratulations to all of our nominees and each of our winners. Dr. Bloom, Ms. Rose, what did you guys think of today's event?
I totally agree with you, Janine. A wonderful cohort of nominees and awardees, which shows how much we as nurses influence our community in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Such a wonderful day.
You know, I think our community has no reason to fear anything. Our nurses have stepped forward to take care of the patients, and they always are ready to do this. There is no concern for the health care. They are just wonderful caregivers, and they will be there to answer the call at any time, any place. So, salute to the nurses, and thank you so much for all the care that they give. Thank you for joining us today.
To close our event today, we invite our honorary chair, Dr. Tommy Austin, for her remarks.
My name is Tommy Austin, and I am the Senior Vice President and Chief Nurse Executive of University Health, a premier healthcare facility here in San Antonio. Thank you for the opportunity to speak the closing remarks at this beautiful celebration of the best 25 nurses of South Central Texas. I would like to thank everyone for their participation, especially Lorena Monroe from Bonita Productions, the San Antonio Nursing Consortium, Dr. Nelson Toison, Sam Merchant, and Golda Manalili. I would like to also thank the community and other hospitals for their overwhelming support to celebrate nurses. I would like to end this event by talking about the word character. Character is how you act when no one is watching. Each letter of the word character exemplifies the role of the professional nurse. C is for compassion, H is for heart, A is for assertiveness, R is for respect, A is for attitude, C is for competence, T is for teachable, E is for emotional intelligence, and R is for resilience. When I talk about compassion, that's the ability of the nurse to help relieve both physical and emotional pain. I have truly witnessed compassion over the last year during this pandemic. I have seen nurses take care of each other, families, patients, and the community. The letter H represents heart. That is a nurse's ability to demonstrate kindness. The Indian Nurses Association of San Antonio held a blanket drive to help the homeless. The Philippine Nurses Association of San Antonio fed those who could not feed themselves. The letter A represents assertiveness, the ability to ask questions and express opinions without being offensive. Examples of assertiveness in nursing included having a questioning attitude about the personal protective equipment and ensuring that nurses have what they need to get their job done during this pandemic. R represents respect, the nurse's ability to honor rights and wishes. I witnessed respect with patients that required intubation, as well as taking care of patients at the end of their life, honoring their wishes to be relieved of the ventilator. A represents attitude. Nurses demonstrated positive attitudes when caring for COVID patients and their families. C is for competence. I witnessed nurses and other healthcare workers working at the top of their license, ensuring that patients are safe and by providing emotional and physical support. T represents teachable. That's a nurse's ability to listen, to learn, and to react. And during this pandemic, we've had to do that. Nurses had to learn about COVID-19. They've had to listen to patients describe their symptoms of COVID-19, and they had to intervene to make sure patients were well taken care of when they talked about these symptoms, and they responded to new medications or had to have the ability to breathe through a ventilator. E represents emotional intelligence. That includes the nurse's ability to demonstrate self-awareness. That's knowing what makes them happy or sad. They have to have self-management by controlling emotions, and nurses have also demonstrated social awareness by seeing how COVID-19 has affected their peers, families, patients, and family members. And lastly, relationship management, whereby nurses collaborated with other disciplines, such as the respiratory therapist, to ensure that patients receive the best care. R represents resilience. Simply put, it's a nurse's ability to roll with the punches. I've seen resilience like I've never seen it before, demonstrated by nurses working 12, 16-hour shifts, continuous days, while continuing to care for their families and other responsibilities of life. So in closing, what you have seen during this celebration is the best character of the 25 nurses in San Antonio. They are a representation of every nurse that cares for patients. Congratulations again, and thanks for leading by example in nursing excellence.